rhomboid table, not round or square or triangle. We come to hang at the game on Friday that we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're at the rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs the train, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby mad in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. No wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lady time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Lots are on trains and we'll focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, it's Friday afternoon, evening, morning, depending on where you are. Welcome to the Castle Camelot, the Royal Meeting Hall, also known as my basement. So greetings to all the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. I hope you're well on that side of the camera. I am okay on this side of the camera. Got a lot to talk about and then a couple of hours and a half of running some trains. So let's see what knights have shown up so far. We've got Sir Andrew, the Shortbread Express. We got our CEO of the night, Sir Tim of Dowd. We got Sir Jeff from Three Spikes Railroad. And Jeff, this is when I go live. If I go live any other time, it's strictly because my grandson nagged me into it to get him quiet. I do it. And trust me, I don't go live as often as he asks me. We've got Sir Scott from Valkirby Junction. Sir Dan from Clintonville Model Railroad. We've got the Hornby man, and I apologize, I have forgotten your first name. But welcome, good Sir Knight. Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot. Sir Jean of Ricard. We've got Sir Andy of March West Junction. So the Andys are duly represented today already, with 3 or 4 others that could come in at any time. We've got Sir Mick of Edgeley Park Station. The Royal Barkeep is here, so drinks are on the house, or if you prefer, you can get them at the bar. We've got Sir Dino from the Model Railway Shed. We've got Sir Chris, the Model Train Aficionado. We've got Sir Clive of Newland Railway, who put up an awesome video that I watched this morning. I'm hoping it went up this morning. Maybe it went up yesterday and I watched it this morning, but I did watch it this morning. Amazing work. It's amazing how far that shed has come with you doing so much of that work on your own. As somebody who does a lot of work on his own, I am extremely admirative of what you're able to do. It is so impressive. Sir Spence Too Much is here. Sir Tom of Couples and Sir Tom of Houston. Sir Chris from the Valleys is here. It's good to see all three of you gentlemen. And Sir Eric and maybe Sir Willie and Dame Cara from the Von Don Eisenbahn channel. It's good to have you guys here. Sir Ray of Bobel has just popped in. His channel is celebrating. They passed it a few weeks ago, but they're going to be celebrating their 300th live stream of Sidetrack Sunday. As somebody who is at 333, I give them all the props in the world. They started a few weeks after I did. So anyhow, and we've got Sir Charles from the UP, Union Pacific, or Onion Pacific, as a couple of friends like to call it. Anyhow, we need to knight you. So that is everybody on my list. If you came in earlier and said hello and disappeared off the list, my apologies. So hopefully you'll come back in. Sir Raymond Legs just popped in. And I just want to welcome, I want to knight Charles here, as everybody gets the royal shield and spanner. I now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid table. All right, Charles, if you got a channel, you can post a link to it so we can all go check it out. Please do not be bashful or shy. If you do have content up and you would like us to see it, post a link here. You can copy and paste it from YouTube and pop it in there. Sir Greg from Great Northern is here. Welcome in, Sir Greg. But, you know, a lot of people like to be modest and say, hey, I don't advertise my channel. But here we do encourage it, because the only way we can find out is if we can get to it and see it. So we're all in favor of that. So anyhow, as you know, because I haven't been able to talk about anything else for the last few weeks, I have been involved in a massive home renovation project, although in terms of scope and size, it's not that massive. Hey there, Sir Greg from Midsummer Railway. Good to see you. And hello, Sir Sepper 707. Great to have you here as well. Yes, it's a theme related to pastries. So I hope everybody's for a little Danish. Or if we're talking about Jean Ricard, a big Danish. But anyhow, Monday or Tuesday, about 3.5 weeks ago, Joyce and I, we have a master bedroom ensuite in our house. It's a converted attic, so there's a large bedroom and office space that I made, and then there's the old master bathroom. And I have remodeled every room in this house. If you were ever to come to this house, every single room I have redone, either completely gutted down to the studs and rewalled, repainted, rewired. The main bathroom of the house. This basement, I did this almost 10 years ago. It's coming up on 10 years that I redid this basement. And hey, there's Hermitage Road. Welcome in, welcome in. Great to have you. And did I see there's a Scott here? Oh, Andy, somebody had to make a pun. Do you know how much I hate Dodge puns? Because you grow up hearing them forever and ever and ever. Anyhow, so I'm going to pop this picture up. Here's what the shower and tub area looked like. Sadly, I didn't do before pictures. This is after Joyce and I ripped all the tile and the walls around the tub surround out. This is where we were 3.5 weeks ago. we had started demo, and then all of a sudden Joyce said, you know, we haven't taken any before pictures. I'm like, oh crap, yeah. And you know, since we don't tend to take pictures of our bathroom, or at least ones that we can share on the internet, or at least on family-friendly sites. Yeah. Hey, there's Dame Mara King. Yes, it's been a little while since you've been there, but I've been so distracted with everything. I apologize. I did see you had a wonderful birthday party and got to drive a train. Although it wasn't the train you got to drive, it was still really cool to see it. I saw it on a couple of channels. People shared videos of it. But yeah, so here's where it was 3.5 weeks ago after we had gutted the walls. We still had a lot more to do. You could see the vanity there, the old vanity there, and the old sink. Well, here's what it looked like about 3 hours ago. Now, obviously, I still have to put in a shower curtain rod. I have to put in a shower curtain rod. But everything is now in and done. The plumbers came in this morning to finish running the lines. And then I had to attach the drain. I'm still waiting for a couple of things, some PVC glue to dry. So other than that countertop, everything you see, Joyce and I did ourselves. The countertop, we ordered, we designed it, we picked it out, and then they came in and measured it, and then they brought it and installed it. And I got to give the countertop company props. The only way you know where the seam is on this countertop is looking just to the middle right of the picture, where you will see a vein just dead ends. And that's the only way you know there's a seam there, because they had to bring it up in 2 pieces. Oh, that's good to hear, Maura. That's really cool to hear. And Sir Pete, I think that's Hermitage Road. So yeah, we did all this work ourselves. I mean, obviously we didn't make the tub, but we picked the tub and put it in. I'm very pleased with how it flows. Because we picked tile that was kind of a dull matte white for the shower, because we wanted to brighten this room up. It was very dark, especially the shower area, very dark. So we wanted to go with lighter tiles that would help reflect light and grab light more. And then we really wanted a very bright, white, clean surface. And Joyce just really wanted a little bit of marble, but we didn't want it to be the same tile as what was on the shower wall. It would have been too busy. So we went with a much brighter, whiter that matches the tub. So basically the idea is the tub and the countertop and the vanities match, and then the walls and the floor match, and they all tie together. You hear Joyce did 90% of the work. Well, you heard wrong. A certain Anthony did about 80% of the work. Joyce did what she could, but when you're hanging tiles, if you count all labor, then I did about 60-70%, because Joyce would go and grab the tiles. We laid the tiles out in our bedroom, and then Joyce would grab the tiles, and then I was in the tub hanging the tiles. Joyce was very good with demo. Joyce had never grouted before. All the renovations we've done, Joyce had never grouted before. So Joyce got to do some grouting on this, and she did an awesome job. For somebody who had never grouted before, she did an amazing job. Her grouting job on the part of the wall closest to you, to about midway up the tub. So she did about 1/3 of the grouting, while I grouted the interior area, just so we could get the grouting done at the same time. Yeah, she earned her bones. It's quite pleasing. And tonight or tomorrow. It can be. We'll inaugurate. I had to connect the tub to the exhaust drain pipe. I had to connect all that today. So I am waiting for a couple of things to dry. I did do a test run with the water, and I did not see any leaks in the new piping or the old piping. So I'm nervously optimistic that I won't have to adjust anything. Just got to put in the shower bar and it's good to go. So yeah, that's so that's what's been occupying my time. Now, why should it take 3.5 weeks to build a bathroom? That would be a whole video in and of itself. All the things that had to be corrected, problems in the wall, illegal wiring in so many places that had to be taken back to a certain source and then rerun legally. Just ordered a Lou's pizza. Pizza sounds good. Pizza always sounds good to me. All right, so anyhow, enough of my bathroom celebrations or woes, however you want to look at it. Let's get to some trains running today. And again, for the fourth week in a row, I have not really tested these on the lines. I ran them maybe part of a loop or half a loop, so Lord knows what's going to happen today. But we'll find out. But anyhow, leading off in line on line 1 is our newest member to the fleet, who just kind of, there he goes. I gotta clean these tracks. I've said that for about a month now, especially with all the work I'm doing in the house and the dust kit. I've really got to clean these tracks. But yeah, that is my new Class ME, a Danish Class ME, and he's pulling this beautiful rake of perfectly matching cars, a nice blue train. So I'm really excited to have this Class ME. Some of you may have seen the new video I put out yesterday. I'm just going to make sure it's running smoothly here. Since I didn't run everybody in, I'm making sure they go over all the points and don't have hiccups. And I decided, what the heck, I do have another Danish loco, and to the Danish purist out there, close your eyes, look the other way, don't watch this live stream, because I'm running an Era 6 loco with some Era 4, Era 5 coaches, as I did when I got this loco last year. And I had a few Danes going, that loco doesn't go with those cars. It's a model train hobby. I'm not a rivet counter. So we'll get this fella in view, a Märklin Vectron. So that's just a standard Danish express train. The blue one that's coming back around is just a it was the cars are an excursion train that ran in the 90s, and then I guess they brought it back in the mid 2000s, like 2015, because a person wrote me and said, hey, you said that train stopped running in the early 2000s. I saw it in 2015. So I don't know if they brought it back as a heritage thing or not, but there's that. No, it is not my first stream with a Danish train, and welcome in, Seb. We're going to knight you so that you will have the blue shield and spanner. But I am running 2 Danish trains with a 3rd train Danish theme. The whole theme is trains of the North. Now, I don't have any Norwegian or Swedish or Finnish trains, but trains you would see in Northern Germany and Denmark. So in the next lane, we've got a Class 218. That's going to pull the container train, the container cargo train. So far, don't say anything, Anthony, don't say anything. Oh, yeah. So, see, I say so far, and then we have a little oopsie. Excuse me a second. We had an uncoupling. Aha! What do you think you're doing? We don't have time for antisocial trains today. You will stay together for the sake of the kids, for the sake of the bills. Sorry about that. Quick, might have been when I backed it up. Sometimes these different type couplers, it's an older Märklin coupler and a newer Märklin coupler, the close coupler. But yeah, so then we have in yellow, most of you guys have been around here enough probably know by now, this is called the Metronom. It says it on the locomotive. Metronomes run in and out of Hamburg to the local areas in east, west, and south of Hamburg. They do some of the northern suburbs, but eventually the Schleswig-Holstein, the S&H Regios take over a lot of those routes. So we're going to put this guy in motion. I'm not a big fan of the color yellow, but it looks good on the Metronomes. And especially as an Ohio State guy, blue and gold drive me crazy. Although my alma mater, the University of Toledo, is blue and gold as well. Technically, Michigan is maize and blue, corn yellow and blue. All right, so we got two more to get into motion. So I got to switch to another controller. And that is NordWestBahn. NordWestBahn runs from Osnabrück up to Hamburg and over to Bremen and Hanover. So NordWestBahn really kind of centers on the Bremen area, Osnabrück to Bremen and so forth. So we've got a little class 440 here. The 442s are my favorite. The 442s, this is a 440. The 442s are my favorite EMU. The 440s are a close second. I do like the 440s. And I'll get back to the chat in a minute, my friends, and catch up with what some people say. Hey, Sir KJ, how are you? Great to have you here. Bonsoir. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm finally happy to have mine going. I do want to add a few more containers. I've got plenty of containers. I need flatbeds. I also need a couple of 53-foot flatbeds. I just got to get them and hope that they have NEM sockets so that I can put in the German couplers or the European couplers. And way in the background, just to finish off the little tribute to Denmark today, I've got a little Jean Ricard and any other Danes watching. This is all in humor, but plug your ears before you feel too insulted. I'm running a fake locomotive for 2 fake beers. Oh, I can hear Jean Ricard bursting at the seams right now. Whoops. Yeah, I really got to clean that track too. Come on, you can do it. I know I really need to clean that track. Here's my scrubber. Maybe I can give it a quick go. Dirty, man. Clean your tracks. What kind of a model train guy are you that can't keep your tracks clean? Well, sadly, Europe can't do double-decker container trains because they go crashing into those low tunnels. And then, on the floor, lest I forget on the floor, I decided to keep this theme. I swear I keep trying to get that camera level. And we are running a Liverpool Beatles train, pulling all the albums as long as they don't derail or uncouple, because they can do that at times. Because it's Hornby's cheapest stuff. And it's not necessarily... And then, there's nothing more north to the UK than, as part of the UK, than Scotland. So I'm running some Scotrails. Except, he's leaving his coaches behind. Dudes, I hooked you up! Come on! What is this? Yeah, we'll do this the old-fashioned way. My back's too sore to go crawling down there. All right, let's see. Reverse direction. Whoops. Wrong train. And now I screwed them up. I can hear one of them's uncoupled already. I hit the wrong one. Probably you, Magical Mystery Tour, Yellow Submarine. You're the two that always... All right. Let's see if we can get this to hook up the old-fashioned way. Boom! Oh, a jarring blow, and a bunch of passengers go flying out of their seats. Oh, dude, you're going to make me crawl down there. Okay. Now let's get this guy and find out who's... Oh, the logo is... Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, she can sue me all she wants. She can take me for all I have, because I have nothing but a bunch of model trains, and she probably doesn't want those. Hey, Sir Steve from Worthington Railway. How are you? Great to have you here. I saw you post a video this week. I just have not been on really much on YouTube. The last 3 days, I have been able to watch more YouTube because I was just doing little bits and able to sit down and watch channels, but that HO lady with no legs. Yes, it could very well be. Most of my HO passengers do not have legs. Yes. So if I go here, you won't see anybody right now, but you will see that beautiful blue Danish train in the background. Sometimes, sadly, I think the only thing that doesn't quite match is the red on the DSB of the coaches isn't quite the darker, richer blood red of the on the locomotive, but Hey, bonsoir, Titi Harry! Ça va? Now would be a good time to install some ads. No, it wouldn't. There's never a good time to install ads. Hey, Lee, you got all your tracks? Yeah, I teased you about that a couple of weeks ago, so Jackie sent me a video of you running trains. Maroon? It's not really truly maroon, but yeah, I could see how on camera it would look that way. Oh. This corner's a little dark because the lamp I used to light it up is gone. It's upstairs in the bathroom. I could have brought it back down today, but I still need it to get under the tub a bit and see where the new plumbing work is that I've put in to make sure it doesn't leak. Now, it just depends on the quality of the camera. It really is just all about the quality of the camera. I've got some cameras on here that are just high-end, you know, very, very good quality. Not high-end in price, but just extremely good quality. Like this workstation cam is really good. The 11-lane cam is usually pretty good. But then I do have some $19 El Cheapo cameras that I bought when that's all I could afford. And they do the job well enough. They're not great, but they do the job. Hey, there's Sir Andy of Puff Candy. And Sir Russ from Russ Rocket Trades and stuff. And I saw, Russ, you had a new video this week. I watched it, but I did not comment on it. Some new stuff you got. It's always cool to get new stuff as somebody who just got a new loco this week. Hey, there's nobody here. Where is everybody? Oh, wait. Where is it? Where is it? And there's Sir Ifo. Hello, Sir Ifo. All right, let's go up to the top, up the ramp. We got the freight and the ski train, and the skiers are well, you would expect the skiers to handle the ramp well, wouldn't you? Hang on. Oh, I just had to hit the auto stop here. What are you doing, derailee, dude? Come on. We can do better. We can do better. Sorry, the Steuerwagen, or whatever it is in Danish, on the red Danish train. Derailed. Hey, Sir Andy. You're viewing the live stream from Exeter to Reading on a 800. Well, that's cool. I love my 800s. Probably my favorite British train, or multiple unit if you don't like to call them trains. But the skiers have caught up and have passed the freight train, as it should be. Got a lot of trains passing there. I think we had 3, maybe 4 if you count the little beer train in the back. And I apologize, I was distracted for a few minutes, so I don't know if my good friend Jean Ricard responded to me picking on his Danish beers. But by the way, Jean Ricard, if you're awake, correct me if I'm wrong, but this could be kind of cool. I gotta go to the big camera here, sorry. Now, on this is Danish, so if anybody else is Danish, read this for me. I believe this says produced 2026, 100 in the series. I could have typed this into Google Translate, but I didn't. It says 100 in the series. But then down here it says 001. Does that mean this is the first model of that production run? If this says 001, does that mean this is the first model of that production run? So I have the first of the last. This ME 1311 in the blue livery, only 100 were produced. I don't know why, but once Joyce and I were talking about that, we kind of got stupidly excited, excited for no real reason, but oh wow, it's a number one. It's the first of the production run. Bit the bullet and bought some stuff from the UK. The import charges are painful. Indeed. It says the Swedish chef is en route. But I don't know, which one would be more cool to collect? The first one of the run or the last? I think the most valuable one, if you were a collector, would be the last one off the assembly line before they stopped the line. This is the very last version of this model. So it might have been cooler to have number 100, but it's still, I've never had number one of anything. Even my own book, when I got my book published, I got copy number 4. The first 3 went to their company, the publishing company, which I bet they're regretting now since it didn't sell and bombed. It bombed like the Polish cavalry in 1939. Oh, that's not a joke to make. But yeah, I am on this camera and there's absolutely nobody here. All right, Scotrail, you're flying just a bit here. Let's slow you down a bit, buddy. That's a little better. Hey, Sir John the Mystic. Welcome in. Yeah, that is it's not that it bothers me on other channels, but maybe it mildly does. But because I'm a reader, so when somebody has something on their t-shirt, I want to read what their t-shirt says. And I'm very good at reading backwards. But yeah, I am very adamant about having things on camera correctly. It just creates the problem that when I'm sitting here on this camera, the camera that I do most of my talking on, that when I point to my left, to you guys, it looks the right. When I'm pointing left, you guys are seeing what's literally, or I'm pointing to my left, but to you guys, it's the right. Delmenhorst is on my left side, but that's not because of the camera. It is because my chair is oriented to this table the opposite of this camera. Never buy the 9th one if it's a German model. I'll bear that in mind. Not that I ever have much choice. I buy from stores and they just, here's your model. But there's that cool little Metronom DoSto. I'm going to have to do a double-decker show again someday. But Joyce went back to work officially yesterday. She's gone into her building a few times, and I went in with her to help set some things up for her and get some things she can't reach down for. But so she has started her last year. The kids report on Monday. Hey, sir, hi. Hello, how are you? Double-decker Delusa. Well, I've done double-decker shows in the past, which I'm... Because I do love the double-deckers. Whether it's the IC2 or the Regios or the Metronomes or now the Varios and the Desiros. I do like the variations of the double-deckers. But I can just as easily, like, you know, the ICEs are single deckers, and I love those. The 800s in the UK are... does the UK have any double-decker trains? I think they've got low tunnels, so can't really do it either. School, the students go back on Monday. Teachers, now, you know, there's no consistency. A lot of the private schools went back this week. The kids started going to classes earlier this week. Toledo Public Schools, where Joyce works and where I worked for 34 and a half of my 36 years of teaching. Toledo Public Schools, the teachers had to report yesterday and today. And today's a stupid day. It's in-service day, which is where a bunch of people who've never stepped inside a classroom in their life tell you how to be a better teacher. Have I spotted the failure? I don't have a failure yet, unless somebody is doing it. But if you're whining about the Steuerwagen trailing, that's not an error. Just because you want the Steuerwagen to go first, and half the time the Steuerwagen goes first, we just catch it the half where the locomotive goes first. Oh, look at lane 5. Yeah, why are you going the wrong way there, 440? All right, well, that's easily fixed. That's not an error. He's just, you know, doing his own thing, having his own time. No, I was just busy making sure he was running. You got to remember, the other train took off, and that's how I do it. But it's not an error. It's not an error. It was not the traditional way I run my trains. And I'll die on that hill. Hey, Sir Truck Schreiber, how are you? Wonderful to have all of you here. I am just enjoying that new Class ME. It's gorgeous. It goes with those blue coaches beautifully. It goes with the red coaches beautifully. But I was trying to decide which way to go. Should I run the Vectron with the blue coaches and the ME with the red coaches? But I decided to switch it up and have an all red train and an all blue train. But yeah, somebody was pointing out to me that, you know, yes, MCK is going out of business. And they remembered I mentioned that I would like an IC3. So I don't know. But I need the correct IC3 that would look like the one Joyce and I rode. And IC3s have so many variants, color of door and this and this. But if I get an IC3, a Danish IC3, so hopefully I didn't mistakenly say ICE3. It's an IC3. I really would like to get it, and that would be the end of my Danish collection. Oh, it definitely has some low-frequency sound. It's just that in the video and live, that high-pitched whine dominated. Hey, Sir Gary is here. I need the VIA variant. But I didn't. The one Joyce and I rode was not red; it was silver, and I think it had the bluish. I think it was like grayish blue doors. We rode or I guess they call it white over there, but it hit me as a silverish color. Joyce and I rode an IC3 from just inside Denmark to Aarhus. So, you know, if I follow the rule that I can have trains I've ridden on, well, I've long since broken that rule, but it would be cool. Now, we saw a ton of the red ones in Copenhagen. But the one Joyce and I rode, our buddy Jean Ricard has I think an IC3 that is exactly the same as the one we rode. Jean, is that true? Am I telling you to go shopping? No, because I can't afford a new train right now. I got to pay you for this one, and then I'm done buying trains for a while. I think I need to be done buying trains for a while. Now, it doesn't mean something won't come up and I'll go, ooh, I got to have that one. But yeah, we've could be. It could be. You would have to ask the Danes exactly, because I believe I called it silver and they said it's white. And I was like, in my brain, it was silver. Yeah, I know. I said that last year at one point, and then bought 4 trains, including starting to make the deal on the Orient Express coaches I got, which were expensive. But I've got them. I've got a loco to pull them. I'm happy. The only thing I'm not happy with is I've got 3 locos I need. Well, 3 locos that used to run that are not running right now. I got to get my Czech 371 going again. Who's the other guy not running? This blue Rheingold next to me, I got to get him going. And then I still got to work on this Class 44, which has been sitting here since I got home from Germany, waiting for me to work on it. And I'm sure a couple of buddies of mine watching are waiting for me to work on it. Anthony, when are you going to work on that 44? When I get a chance. You said that 5 locos ago. Yeah, it's white, just dirty, but it's called the VIA livery. Scheme introduced in 2000 to replace the intercity era from the 70s to 90s. All right, that's cool to know. It's white, just dirty. Huh. But, yeah, I mean, I bought a crap load of trades in Germany, plus 1 after I got home. And now I bought this loco. I've maxed out my train budget here for a while. We've got a bathroom. Now, granted, Joyce and I do things on the thrifty. Joyce has Scottish blood in her, so she can be a bit thrifty if that stereotype is true. And I've seen all kinds of things to evidence it is. You worked on them for a while. Oh, that's cool. I hope you had fun doing that. That might be fun to work on trains. Really? Oh my gosh. Hi. I saw a ton of ICE3s and N-scale at our Toledo train show back in March, as well as a few ICE4s. I had never seen so much N-scale or N-gauge at our local model train show than I did this year. There was, and there was a bunch of Z-scale too. I had maybe seen 1 Z-scale here and there over the years, but there were like 6 different guys selling Märklin Z scale at the train show back in March. Oh, that's great to hear, Mick. Yeah, we haven't seen you around, and of course, other than my live streams, I haven't been on YouTube. So I caught Anthony from Chilperton Junction dropped a couple of videos this week. Lewis, who knows me by name of Moldy Raspberry, after a long silence, has dropped like 3 or 4 videos over the last couple of weeks because he decided to tear down that gorgeous Yorkshire Dales layout he had. Oh my God. If I had a layout as good as his Yorkshire Dales, you would have to shoot me before I'd have it torn down. But it's not what he wants anymore. He wants to do something different. It's his layout. More power to him. But oh my God, that layout was so beautiful, and he presented it so well in all his videos. And it's sad to see it go. But you know his quality, the skill of his work. He's going to make an even better layout. But like the video he put out today or yesterday, he's going to run 2 lines. Because I never really paid attention to that. But his old layout only had 1 line on it. So his new layout's going to have 2 lines on it. And Scalar shall inherit the earth. Yeah, John, but they'll be too blind and fudgety fingers to do much with the world when they inherit it. So, you know, Tony or Anthony from Chilperton Junction, he is an exquisite scenery doer as well. Yep, Z-Gauge Märklin. Nice shirt. Yeah, I was running sort of a Danish and Northern German theme today. The only thing I wish I could do is I need to get a couple of more of these cars. Well, you can't see it from that angle. But this car should be on the layout today. Little piece of fuzz went flying. This car needs to be on the layout. This is a northern German train. This is a Schleswig-Holstein Deutsche Bahn train, but it's the S&H livery. I need at least 1 more of these or 2 more of these. Roco is releasing a set that has the whole, it has the Steuerwagen and 1 of the Regio cars in red, and then 2 or 3 of these. I would really, really, really love that set, but they want a fortune for it, and it's just not in the budget right now. Not to mention, Roco's also releasing an ICED, which I might want more. Nope, nobody's there. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Where are all the trains? Oh, they're there. Yep, the NAH.SH trains. O scale or no scale? Well, I'm not into the scale bias. I like HO, but if I had a mansion and could build a layout this bigger and run O scale, that would be cool too. N scale on this layout would be an epic layout. As big as this table is, to do it in N scale would be absolutely stunning. The problem is my hands and my eyes could just not handle N scale. I'm sorry. I just my shaky hands would just struggle with the N scale, and my eyes, and trying to custom make certain details and scenery in N scale would just drive me crazy. You could get the DSB double stock cars for your EB. Yeah? I definitely could. It's just hard to say. The trains that are on in my vision right now are the double-decker railjet Roco and Jägendorfer collection are releasing the double-decker rail jets. I really want one of those. There's the double, there's the ICED that I'm really after. Unless you're, that's true, Darren, unless your friend runs 3-rail and you run 2-rail, and vice versa. Yeah, double O scale getting small. I don't have a scale. I mean, I bought HO because I was used to HO. To be honest, I would have gone TT if I could have found an ICE3 and TT. But to me, going HO was not as important as the fact that by choosing to go HO and then wanting to have an ICE3 as my first train, the only thing I found was a Märklin. And by having that particular, I wanted an ICE3, and the first one I found at an affordable price was, when I got into the hobby, was a Märklin, which suddenly put me in the 3-rail world. I'm very happy in the 3-rail world. I am too lazy to do some of the extra work you have to do in 2-rail, even if you're running digital, DCC, as a lot of you guys say. Even if you're running digital in 2-rail, there's just certain advantages to 3-rail in the way you can design your track. I don't have to worry about what's the isolating and insulating and all that. I don't have to worry about any of that. The downside of being 3-rail is stock is limited, especially if you want American stock, which is something I want to build up. But again, the biggest thing I want is I want a modern era, something you would see running in 2026. I want a modern era Amtrak. I've got a Märklin 1970s, 1980s Amtrak, and then I've got a Pico fictional ICE3 Amtrak, but I want a challenge, or wait, not a Challenger, a Siemens Charger, or the Asila, I think is how they pronounce it, or an Asila. That's what I'm after. Sounds of smoke and whistle steam, chuff sounds, and O-scale are very neat. Yeah, you can put better speakers in O-scale. That's the advantage. O-scale, the big advantage to O-scale is much better detail and more room for really quality speakers. Now, the technology is improving that, the speakers that some companies are now putting into HO are amazing, but they still have a little bit, I don't know if you want to say tinny, but they're just not as, they just don't have the oomph. You can't get the basses as strong. You can't get the treble as high. They always feel a little subdued based on what you hear in reality. But that said, I've got a bunch of trains that when I turn on the sound, I have stood next to those trains in reality and they sound exactly the same. So it's not that big a loss, but definitely in O-scale you can definitely increase, as well as, of course, the detail. The bigger it is, the more you can put it in the little bitty details. You're searching for a KPEV S9. Well, I saw a KPEV P12, but that's a different story. Yeah, exactly, Raymond Legs. Most of the modern era American stuff is only available. Now, I could get a fleet of 2-rail coaches. If I could get and I've seen them, and I could go on eBay today and buy them, but the newest coaches are $130, $140 each. And I'm like, that's, 2 of those cars, I can get a 3-pack of Märklin coaches for one of my trains. It seems very expensive for one car, especially if it's 2-rail, and you say, oh, but it comes with lights in that. Well, the problem is the lights won't work on my 2-rail or my 3-rail setup because they need the 3rd rail. Now, it wouldn't be that hard to add a ski to one of them and rewire it, but I've got 4 sets of coaches I need to do that to already. Yeah, you need a big shed for gauge 1. Oh man, when I see guys with gauge 1, that's just, you got money and you got space. Some of these Märklin 1 gauges, they are asking $5,000-$6,000. There's a new one that they want $13,000 for, a locomotive. I think it was a Union Pacific Challenger they're releasing, and they want like $12,000 or $13,000 for it. And then there's the gold-plated 1 scale. The gold-plated 1 scale. Well, you know what I mean. But yeah, they want like $15,000 or $16,000 for that. Try connecting your sound recorder to your boombox. I haven't had a boombox since the 90s. So let's see the, yeah. Oh, that is a cool looking loco, Evo. That is very cool. Sold out from the factory. That is a very pretty loco. I like the colors on it. They're very strong. Very cool. Well, good luck finding that, Evo, because that is a gorgeous loco. The northern part of the Copenhagen tram is also opening tomorrow. Well, that's cool. Unfortunately, it's we didn't use the trams. We had when we were in Copenhagen, people were driving us around, or we walked. John Ricard wasn't feeling well one day, and also had to deal with his aunt that was sick. And so Joyce and I had some time on our own, and we went for a nice walk through the Altstadt area with Simon Jensen. And by the way, has anybody heard from Simon Jensen in a while? I have not heard from him or seen him. I saw him a couple of times right after we got back from Germany, and then I haven't seen him since. Well, hello, Dominic. How are you? Copenhagen was a beautiful city. We probably need to spend a week there to truly appreciate the city. But we did go see we saw all the main palaces in Copenhagen. We were only in Copenhagen for 3 days. We were in Denmark for 10 days, but Copenhagen for 3. The other 6-7 days, we were in Abeltoft, the pretty little town of Abeltoft. Abeltoft, where you could kind of 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, you're in one body of water that way, and then a 30-minute walk, you're in another body of water that way. Kind of like Artie's house in Australia, where we were about an 8-minute walk from the big lake, Illawarra. Was that the name of it? Illawarra? Lake Illawarra? But then you're a half an hour, 45-minute walk from the ocean, or the Tasman Sea, I guess, technically. Yeah, I haven't even seen him posting on Facebook, so yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. So Simon, if you're out there and listening in, hope you're okay, bud. He had a new job and he was working a lot of hours. Taurus Animations is teaming up with Mattel Television for a new Sugar and Spice spinoff for Disney Junior called Sugar and Spice SPY Academy. Dominic, that would normally be great news except for one thing. It's Disney. And when Disney gets their hands on something, it becomes Disney. The Marvel movies, when Marvel was bought out, there was a rule that Disney had to keep their hands off and let Kevin Feige. And I guess that agreement was simply the stuff that was already in production, because Disney's putting out more and more stuff, and it's not as good as those great Avenger build-up movies, because Disney has gotten their hands in it, and they have to put the Disney stamp on it, just like they did with Star Wars. They got to Disneyfy everything, and I'm not a Disney fan. They now own all my favorite stuff. Marvel comic movies, Star Wars. Fortunately, they don't own Lord of the Rings. I'd hate to see what Disney did with Lord of the Rings. It would be even worse than what Peter Jackson did. Stunning visually, but did you even frickin' read the books? That didn't happen in the books. 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 Well, we couldn't add this character because we didn't have enough time. There's just too much. Well, if you didn't add all this crap that wasn't in the books, you might have had time to add stuff that actually was in the books. But I'll go on another I hate Peter Jackson rant. The thing is, Disney isn't even great for kids. There are some good shows that are produced and released through Disney, but they don't. But to me, the best kid shows are ones away from Disney, like Bluey. Bluey is done after only 3 seasons, but oh my God, that show Bluey was just epically the best kids cartoon show ever. Bluey, it was just out of this world. I watched every single episode with my grandson multiple times, and they were just beautiful. The Aussies apparently know how to do kids cartoons, because that was brilliant. All right, well, thank you, Lee. Take care of yourself. The season's kicking off. I'm not expecting much from my Reds this year. I'm so depressed. Mo Salah is gone. Andy Robertson's gone. Robo's gone. And a new coach, and I'm not exactly impressed with the new coach, but we'll see. Jurgen Klopp, speaking of Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp is now the head of the main coach, the head trainer, as they call it over there, of the German national team. So yeah, I am not a big Disney fan. When you run into people that are huge Disney fans, I just want to point out a lot of their actual history behind the cameras and inside the stuff. But I will say, my grandson watches this show called Paw Patrol. And at first I kind of liked it. I thought it was tolerable enough. And it's got like 11, 12 seasons in now. But, oh my God, I hate watching Paw Patrol anymore because the villains never have any consequences for their actions. Same thing with this other cartoon show he watches, PJ Masks. The villains never suffer consequences. They do horrible things, bad things, even if it's kind of silly bad. They do horrible things, bad things, and the only punishment is that they fail. They failed to take over the world. They failed to destroy the world. Even Joker gets beat up by Batman and thrown into Arkham for a little while. Yes, he always escapes, but at least he gets beat up and put in jail. And I'm not advocating beating up the villains because these are kids shows. But the villains never pay any consequence for their actions. In Paw Patrol, there's this Mayor Humdinger, and he's always causing trouble. And there's never a consequence for his bad behavior. So it's like, yeah, that's not a lesson I need my grandson learning, is that, oh, look, you can be a villain and get away with it. No. Throw his butt in jail. Hey, Sir Jay from Fresno Jay's Trains. Welcome in. And did I see Lord Al is here? Hey, Lord Al. Good to have you here, my lord. my lord, because you don't pronounce it completely. You just say my lord. Well, not yet. We're not all here. We're waiting for Joyce, but she's got another 50 minutes before she's due here. But then again, I'm hearing footsteps right now. Oh, she walked away. I've been on this camera way too long. Let's change some cameras. This is a good camera. It's nice, bright. It's got the right angle for the light, so you can really see the colors on the various rolling stock. Again, yeah. They'll have the kids voicing it because in their minds it's kids. You know, it's kids in training because Disney has to make everything kids. Speaking of Disney, I was watching their... Kyan decided he wanted to watch Spider-Man. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Where basically it's all kids. It's Spider-Man and the character that... Miles Morales, who becomes Spider-Man in an alternate future. And then Gwen Stacy brought back to life. And they call her the Ghost Spider. You know, how do you explain that? Why is she called the Ghost Spider? Well, kids, because in the comic book she was killed, and then they brought her back because nobody stays dead in the Marvel universe. But yeah, the villains, because they're kids. You know, they're kids. So the villains, the Rhino's going around destroying and he's a kid, but he's going around destroying a large public, you know, amusement park. And at the end of the story, nothing happens to him. No consequences for bad behavior. And I'm not saying spanking or beating, but there has to be consequences. Show something happening, whether it's jail or they have to clean up everything and fix everything they damaged. Show consequences. It's not enough for the good guys to win. The bad guys have to pay consequences. Don't go there. We could say man, we could say woman. Nobody gets offended by that. But right now, let's focus on other things. That's true, Dominic. It won't affect the main series. But I like this view just because the grass really sticks out, and I put some weeds and that in there. It's got a little bit more texture to it. I got to talk myself into start putting static grass in areas. I've already decided where I'm gonna experiment on just a little piece of wood to try to get the technique down of doing static grass. But I already know where I'm gonna put the first bit of static grass. The one area you guys don't really see on my layout, and that's right behind. It's right behind my monitor here. So, and then if I like how it looks there, I'll expand into areas that will show up on camera. No, because I'm the flip. Now, I like the Dirty Harry movies, KJ, but, you know, but Dirty Harry always whining about the law, protecting the blah, blah, blah. You know, the problem with the Dirty Harry movies and the Death Wish movies with Charles Bronson, all the tough guy movies, is they're scripted. They're scripted. They're written so Dirty Harry can do what he does. And walk away. And we all root him. Yeah! But also in the Dirty Harry movies, the bad guys are bad. They also tend to be, well, we're going to get political, and I don't want to get into that. But in the Dirty Harry movies, the good guy is good, the system's corrupt, and the bad guys are bad. It's very clear cut. The old phrase was black and white, but the reality is a bit in the gray. Reality is a bit in the gray. I was just having a great conversation with a friend over Magneto from X-Men, because he's a villain, but he has if you know the original Magneto background storyline, it makes sense. And you don't necessarily agree with what he's doing, but he's got a backstory that you have a little sympathy for him. There is a little gray in Magneto. Of course, in the comic books, they've made him a good guy at times. He comes over to the good side for a while, but then decides the dark side has better cookies and goes back. So yes, I am running 2 Danish trains and then another train that has Danish beer. And that's why we're keeping it hidden in the background. But there it comes around right now. We got 4 little cars of Danish beer. And then I've got a little, it's actually the model shop, the one model shop I've been to in Denmark called Hobbykaden, which is a beautiful model shop. If you're ever in Denmark and can get into the middle of Denmark, called Arlberg. I don't care if you're into DC or DCC, if you're into 3-rail or 2-rail, it is a shop that's worth just visiting and spending some time in. It's an amazing shop. It's called Hobbykaden, Kaeden, Hobbykaden, and it is absolutely a wonderful shop. And I had a nice long talk with the owner, Ken Rosa, as well as I've now exchanged some emails with him regarding model trains and stuff. Jean Ricard knows him. He's a brilliant guy, and so he had a Märklin coach. And so it says Märklin on it. It's got a bunch of Danish flags, and then it says Hobbykaden on it. Oh yeah, Sepper. Yeah. Jean Ricard can tell you, because I was talking to him a lot about this over the last few weeks. I could not decide, did I want the red with the blue detail, or did I want the blue with the red detail? I could only get one. I could only afford one right now. In a happier time, first world problems. In a happier time, like if I were in Germany back in June, I would have bought both of them. I would have bought both. I'm getting the red with the blue, and I'm getting the blue with the red. They also have the version that is black and red. It's got red on the 2 ends and black in the middle. So they released that version, and I think there's a 4th version they released. And they released 300 DC and 100 AC of each version. 300 2-rail and... Oh, let's not get into the PC. Well, hello, James. But, I don't want to have even a discussion on PC. So many people complain about PC, but at the same time, everybody complains about PC until it's something they're personally attached to. I knew a guy for years. Notice I didn't say friend. An acquaintance. We usually got along. Not a work colleague. But the man was always complaining about PC, political correctness. I'm sick of political correctness. Everybody's got, you're not allowed to say this anymore. You're not allowed to say that anymore. You're not allowed to do this. Somebody's always going to get offended. But if you use the word, like referring to a person you saw being stupid and going, that guy rides the short bus, he went ballistic. Don't you say that stuff. That's rude. That's disrespectful. Why? Because he had a kid with special abilities and disabilities, a special needs kid. So all of a sudden, PC is in full effect when it's about something he cared about. But you could never point that hypocrisy out to him. And so that's it. No more stuff talking about PC. I'll just say that. Everybody complains about PC until it's something that they're connected to. And then all of a sudden, don't you dare say that. The cat just walked across. James, been there, had that happen. Okay, the last part. The last part is the part I would drive me crazy. Somebody goes on a vacation. Do you have pictures? No. Hey, I saw this. Do you have a picture? No. Come on. I want to see what you saw because I may never see it. And I can visit vicariously through your pictures. So yeah, when Joyce and I go on trips, and again, we don't live behind the camera. We stand there and admire it. We take it in. And then when we're like done looking at it, okay, now we'll take our pictures. But we video. Of course, if you're interested, and why would you be? There are 15 or 16 videos on Joyce's channel of our recent trip to Germany. And on Joyce's channel are several videos on our trip to Germany in 2025 and Denmark. And from 2024, our trip to Australia, and from 2023 our trip to Germany, and 2022 our trip to the UK. So yeah, we put all the vacation videos on her channel. Even though I tend to do the talking, we put them on her channel. See, that's funny you say that, Clintonville, because my brother-in-law always says, no pictures, it didn't happen. Like, I'll talk about, just rebuilt my deck. And he's like, no pictures, it didn't happen. So years ago, I started, anytime I do a house project, I start taking pictures. Except when I started the bathroom this year, Joyce and I Sunday night, we got back from a weekend out of town visiting my son. And we got back Sunday afternoon. We rested for 2-3 hours. We had dinner, and then right after dinner it was start ripping the old and peeling wallpaper off the bathroom walls, and that was the first thing we did. And then it was all right, next day finished getting all the wallpaper off, and then it was remove the toilet, paint the walls, put in the new flooring in that room, and then put the new toilet in. Take out the old toilet, paint the walls, put in the flooring, new toilet. And we did that, and we didn't take any pictures of it. We took no pictures of it, which was weird for us. And then the next morning, it's like, okay, the toilet room's done. We've got a working toilet. Now time to start gutting. And we had ripped the shower area down to the studs, and Joyce said, we didn't do any before pictures. And I was like, oh yeah, we didn't. And then we started taking pictures of the project. So does that mean well, the thing is, you could tell us the kid was born, but if you don't have a picture, I can tell you I have a grandson, but until you actually see him, I could be making it up. Please, let's not get into any philosophical or philological discussions on this topic now. I've got a load of things I did that that for the sake of public record and health and safety did not happen. I will neither confirm nor deny that rumor. Hey, oh my goodness, it's Peter. Peter, I've watched your videos. I haven't commented on them, but it's been great to see you getting down in the man shed, especially with that ridiculous heat wave and drought that parts of the UK have had all summer. It's always good to see you and see all your new stock and trains. If I don't remember it, it didn't happen. Unless somebody's got pictures. And there we go back to that topic. Unless somebody's got pictures. Oh, it happened all right. Yeah, so, we did that pop-up live stream with my grandson on Tuesday. So yesterday, when we were done playing with this one set of toys, he just said, Opa, can we live stream? No, we're not going to do another live stream. There are some people on today, and I'm not going to interfere with their streams. He's like, well, can we watch the live stream? I was like, why do you want to watch the live stream? You were in it. And he's like, oh, but I want to watch the live stream. Because he's a prima donna. He wants to be on camera, and he wants to see himself when it's done. He was watching his behavior during that live stream yesterday and giggling. He watched all 1 hour and 15 minutes of it, and he was giggling. Every time he did something where I'm like, Kyan, stop that. In the video. All right, Kyan, that's enough. He's sitting on the couch giggling. And I'm like, yeah, I probably don't need him reinforcing his... Oh, for goodness sakes. All right, KJ, that's getting there. Yeah, unfortunately, when you're remodeling a bathroom, you kind of do, here's what it used to look like, here's what it did now. But you try to leave the lid down. But yeah, our bathroom was not one. Now, it's just Joyce and I's bathroom. And it was 40 years old. It had been remodeled in 1987, and it hadn't been changed. I've had to fix a couple of plumbing things. I've had to replace some water lines and pipes a couple of times. But as time wore on, the grout was failing, the caulk had failed, and I was constantly recaulking it. We were constantly fighting mold and mildew because there were just areas that got wet and you could not get them dry because of the bad design of the previous owner. Because when we bought it, everything was kind of level. But as the house settled over 40 years, certain areas just kind of sank and cracks developed in some of the tile, which is why I built it the way I did, because that won't happen. It's going to take an earthquake. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen. Yes, Steve, we got rid of the PVC as much as we could and used PEX. So again, let those two beautiful Danish trains go through. Just for the heck of it, again, if you weren't here earlier, here's what our bathroom looked like 3.5 weeks ago with the old PVC plumbing. We had already gutted the walls because there was so much I had to fix. There was so much I had to do, including re-sistering a couple of those wall studs there. You can see a dark area over there. That's actually rags, but there were wet areas in there that I had to cut the wood out and the drywall out and put cement board in there. That's what it looked like 3.5 weeks ago. This is what it looked like about 3 hours ago when I finished with everything except the shower curtain rod. So that's what that area looked like with the old vanity and everything. This is what it looks like now. I just have to, I already did a test to make sure nothing's leaking. It seems to be good. Hey, Sir John Benicki, how are you? Yeah, tell me about it, Tom. We lived with that for 33 years. A plumber told us, nah, that's fine. The electrician that I hired to come in and help me move a couple of things said, no, that's totally illegal. Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the little black circle in the upper right, that's where the new plug is. We moved the junction box and everything away from the tub and shower area to the other side of the sink. It's in a secured area underneath, so it's not near, there's no way plumbing can affect it if the plumbing were to leak. So it's in its own little secure area, sealed off with waterproof membrane that I installed. But yeah, so that is where it looks now. Indeed, yeah, yeah. But other than the countertop, Joyce and I did all that ourselves. Other than the countertop, Joyce and I did all that work. The countertops were installed. Well, I should say that because we had plumbers come in and fix some of the plumbing I couldn't fix because to get it up to code, I didn't know what code was, and you can look up the codes. But I just figured I'd bring in pros. It'd be faster and easier. Not cheaper, but otherwise, yeah, we gutted it ourselves, fixed everything ourselves, installed everything except some of the plumbing and moving that electrical box. I could have moved that electrical box, but I wanted an electrician to tell me what was code and what was the best way I could do this. And he came in, looked at this, said, this is legal, so this illegal, so this is what I can do. Boom, boom, boom. He put up a junction box in one place, and then he ran an extension line up to where we now have the outlet. So quite, but it shouldn't take me 3.5 weeks to gut and redo a bathroom, and this one did, because there were so many things. And then on top of that, we had delays. Well, expected delays. For example, the plumbers would not come back in until the countertops were installed and leveled off. And then the countertops, now we got lucky. They told us it'd be 2 to 3 weeks when we ordered the countertops. Instead, it took just over a week and a half. So we were able to get everything in and collect things and put in. So we had a couple of slow days, and then we got most things done, got the tiling done, and then had to wait 3 or 4 days for the countertops to come in, and then the countertops were installed on Wednesday. We called the plumbers, and they said they could come out Friday morning. So yesterday, other than putting in a towel rack and a couple other little things, it was probably the least I've done on that bathroom because I'm pretty much done. Today, after the plumbers got done reconnecting the new water lines to everything, sink and shower, I had to spend a couple hours. Again, a job that should have taken 15 minutes took about 2.5 hours. I had to connect the new overflow valve and drain pipe to the old water exhaust system. All right, let's go back to start camera. Ross, I do a lot of the plumbing myself, but when it comes to touching the main water lines, I don't like to do that. I could, but the problem is when it comes to house insurance, if I did it myself and something goes wrong, it gets screwed. So I have done secondary water plumbing, but in this case, I needed some work done that I was not comfortable doing myself, and I wanted it done by a pro so that I knew it would be good. I mean, I trust my work, but at the same time, I never trust my work. If I'm involved, even though I've done great work on anything I've done, if I'm involved, I always have a sense of what if it goes wrong. I mean, you could talk to Hot Dog Pilot Andy. I bought a train. I have nothing to do with it other than I bought the train for him and he paid me back and I mailed it as it came to me. I just put brown wrap on it and shipped it on to the UK so that he doesn't have to pay all the freaking, well, he still has to pay import taxes, but it's kind of cheaper for him if we do it that way. So I have bought some things for him and other people and then ship it to them and then they pay me back. But I'm sitting here a nervous wreck. What if the train doesn't work? And Andy's like, Anthony, it has nothing to do with you. I was like, yeah, but it came to me, and I was the one who told you this train you've been after was available. And so now that I bought it for you and you've paid me back, technically my hands are clean, but I can't stop worrying about it because I'm going to feel guilty, even though I shouldn't feel guilty, if it gets to him and doesn't work. Or if it takes a month to get to him because I should have shipped it in a way it would have gotten to him on time. Hey, there's Sir Simon of Simon's Model Train Railways. How are you? Simon's Trains Model Railway. Good to have you. So, yeah, you know, I grew up with a father that was fix it yourself. Don't pay somebody else to fix it. But that was great when I knew how to work on cars, but cars are so complex now, and I've gotten old and I don't like laying on a concrete floor fixing my cars anymore. So I now take them to shops and get them fixed. And I'm getting that way with, like, I did a lot of rewiring and electrical work on this thing, including installing those new little ceiling lights that we put in. I did all that, but moving this junction box, which was on a main house line, and having to have it then extended to another place, I wanted a pro to walk with me through it and set it up for me so that it was so that 20, 30, 40 years from now, when somebody else is gutting this bathroom and wanting to make a new bathroom for themselves, they're not cursing me the way I curse the previous homeowner. And when they look at what I've done, they go, okay, this is kind of weird, but I understand why they did it. Yeah, that's great, Russ. My father was a journeyman electrician. He never made it up to master electrician because he was expected to know. He worked as a maintenance supervisor in a factory. He was a maintenance supervisor. So he had to be able to fix the boilers in the winter. He had to be able to fix any machine in the shop. He had to be able to repair the plumbing. He had to be able to repair any electrical, lighting system, install new lighting systems if they were upgrading. So my dad was that man of all trades. There, as I've said many times in these live streams and to friends, there are 3 houses in the city of Toledo that my father and his brother built by themselves. From pouring the concrete foundation to framing the house, one in brick, they did it all themselves. And they haven't burned down or fallen down, and they still look pretty good. The problem is my dad built a house and we lived in it like 6-7 months, and then his job changed and we had to move. The other one they built for my uncle, and he lived in it until he died. And then my aunt stayed there until she died at the age of 99. And then they sold it. Her kids sold it. So, so my dad, I know electrical. But there are some things, because I'm not a pro and because I'm building and some of this stuff is going to be behind walls. Like when I gutted the basement, when I gutted this basement, I did all the electrical myself. Including running new lines for the lights that are down here and all new electrical outlets and plugs. And I didn't really have any nerves about it, but with what I had to do here, I felt I wanted a pro to come in and help me with it. Hey, Sir Ray from Ray Central is here. All right, take care, Steve, at Worthington Junction. If you come back, great. If not, thanks for hanging out with us for a while. Anybody repairing their electric cars daily? But see, here's the thing, Russ, if you hadn't heard me mention it before. The guy who owned this house before me was a licensed construction electrician. He wired homes and buildings for a living, for a construction company. He wired homes, offices, everything. This is what he did for a living. I would not let this guy change a light bulb. I don't know how he got to be an electrician, or if he was one of those trade people that they do their best work at work, and when they come home, they just slap on what they think will work. But this guy, his woodworking was horrible, his plumbing was horrible, and we paid an inspector when we bought this house. But as we've remodeled it over the years, every time we open it up, we find things he did that just, how did this house not burn down? And cases where it tried to burn down. When I was redoing the basement, I opened a junction box that had severe scorch marks in it. I keep finding dead-ended wires throughout the house where he just ran wires, and it's like he took so many feet of wire, junction box, light switch, electrical, but he still had all this wire, and instead of cutting it off in the junction box, he just ran it and just electrical tape on the end and left it hanging in the wall. Or he ran it to another junction box, but he buried the junction box behind the drywall, which you're not allowed to do in this part of the country. If you have a junction box, you have to have access to it. There are wires in this house. I have no idea where they're going or what their job is. I've never owned an electric car, so I don't think I would try to fix it myself anymore, because for the same reason, standard cars that I drive, gas guzzling cars, my big 2014 Dodge Charger. Although I haven't driven my Charger in a while. I haven't driven my Charger in a month. I'm missing it. Hey, Sir Curly! Sir Dwight is here. How are you, Dwight Curly? Hope you're well. But you know, the thing is, like, when you're in the UK or you're in Europe, all right, some of the houses you're living in are 100, 150, 200 years old, 300 years old, 400 years old. You know, those houses didn't have indoor plumbing at one time, and that stuff got added. And they had to work it in any way they could, and it wasn't always done safely or properly. There's some gorgeous mansions in Toledo that people destroyed to modernize because they didn't have proper electrical, and you have to rip out all the walls to put in the electrical. anyhow, interesting enough, I wanted to thank everybody in this video and all the people that come to live streams. Last week's live stream, out of the blue, I don't know if it's because I was running so many steamers or what, but last week's live stream, second most watched live stream ever on my channel. It's only 4 away from being #1. I suppose I could go back and watch it 4 times. But second most watched, we had like 799. It almost made 800. The most watched live stream I have is like 802, 803. And this one was 798 or 799. People love the steam. Yeah, I guess. Because I did have all those steam trains in the thumbnail. Yeah, but that was a cool trip you did to South Wales. You went to Cardiff. It's funny, where you were standing, I stood there. I mean, literally there, because the angle, the tree, the building in the background was identical to one of the times Joyce and I came into Cardiff Station and got off the platforms there. So Joyce and I were both watching, and she said, Joyce says, did he say he's going to Cardiff? And I said, yeah, he's going to Cardiff. And you got out, she says, she just looked at the background, and it wasn't anything, but instant memory came back. She goes, yep, that's Cardiff. Joyce and but Joyce gets a little upset if I talk about it too much. She thinks I over-exaggerate it. But Joyce did love Cardiff. We've been in hundreds of cities over the years on our travels. Cardiff and Bamberg are the 2 cities that she just, within a couple hours of arriving, she was in love with the city. I mean, she's been to Munich multiple times. She's been to London. She's been, to all these cities, small towns and big cities all around parts of Europe and the United States and Canada. But Cardiff and then Bamberg the next year are the 2 cities where she just fell in love with them. She loved Cardiff. It's one of the few cities where I said, well, we could go back. We could stay in Bristol or go to Cardiff. And she said, we could go back to Cardiff if you wanted. Or we can stay in Bristol. But it was like, no, we've been to Cardiff, go to Bristol. Yeah, Cardiff is just, I love the town myself. It's got a big open pedestrian area. The castle on the other end of town with both the old Norman keep on the hill and then all the expansions. It's a gorgeous castle. But the town is just beautiful. It's got the little inlet bay and then the opening to the bigger water, going out. I forget, is that the Severn Delta or there? I think it's the Severn River, isn't it? Yeah, because we walked down to Cardiff Bay, and yeah, Joyce loved that walk. Now, the flip side, we went to the town of Bangor in North Wales. Now, the town itself had a very pretty riverfront, small old town area, but we didn't feel a vibe in Bangor. We loved our trip in Bangor. We got to go to Conwy Castle and Carnarvon Castle, which were 2 castles I really wanted to see. Lord Al and Babs came all the way over from their place in northeastern Wales and came over to us in northwestern Wales, picked us up and took us on a magical mystery tour through Snowdonia, and it was a day. It's one of the great days in our lives that doesn't involve us and our kids. It was just an epic trip. We smile, and every time we talk about it, just hanging out with Lord Al and Babs, meeting his daughter and grandson, was just it's one of those just absolutely heartwarming and brain tickling pleasant memories. It never fades with us. It was just such an amazing day. And we will be eternally grateful to all the people who did. Like when Simon Jensen came and took us around Copenhagen. That was just brilliant. But that day with Lord Alan Babs, and then we had a tea, not true dinner, but a tea. And she was making little sandwiches, and she had a couple of things. I was like, well, what would you like? I said, well, if it's not too offensive, just cheese and butter on bread. And she made it for me, and it was, of course, great. Very good cheese, very good butter. Yeah, I have to go back and review my both Scottish and Welsh Celtic pronunciations back from when I took courses in linguistics back in the college days. But, now I focus on German. I really want to go back and relearn French and really sharpen up Spanish. Plus, I would really like to get my Dutch going. And it would be nice if I could throw Danish in there. Problem is, I'm just so lazy anymore. I say, next summer I'm going to start studying these languages, and then I don't. Now, Joyce does that Duolingo, and her understanding of German is brilliant. And she speaks more German around the house now, which is cool. In fact, I think she speaks more German around the house than I do. Yeah. Because, that trip to the UK was very special. Because I also, it was the first trip where I got to meet YouTube people I have friended on YouTube, or people I've been watching on YouTube. We got to go to, we went to Jim Hover Motion. I don't know how many of you guys know Jim from Hover Motion. We spent a day at his house and his lovely wife and 2 daughters. And it was epic because I've had a bro crush, a bromance. Well, I'll call it a bro crush because I don't know if it goes both ways. I've had a bro crush on Jim from Hover Motion since I got into the hobby. He was one of the very first, probably the first English-speaking channel I started following because he ran European trains, but he spoke English. And after a while, I was tuning out a bit of all the German channels. But wow, epic layout in his loft, epic story behind it. He's such a brilliant and clever and creative man. He's just awesome. And then we got to meet Lee and Jackie from Anfield Road. That was awesome. And we were in Liverpool, which Beatle fan here, Liverpool Reds fan here. Being in Liverpool, got to tour the Anfield Road Stadium area. We just didn't get to go on inside because of Elton John. I will never forgive Elton John. The one day I bought these tickets months in advance so I could go into the stadium, and then the day of, they offered me a refund and said, well, you can come back tomorrow. And I was like, I'm leaving tomorrow. But I've never forgiven Elton John for having decided to place his concert on the one day I was going to get to tour inside the Cup, Liverpool Stadium, step on the grass that Paisley and Keane and Sir Kenny and so many great players, Ian Rush, my favorite player of all time, Michael Owen, my other favorite player of all time, Mo Salah, the field they all walked on, and I got cut off. Damn you, Elton John. Well, Joyce and I are looking at changing our plans, and we've got to talk to Artie, but Joyce and I are really thinking of bumping up our trip to the UK to next year, since we were supposed to go this year and couldn't. next year the airfare is not going to matter. Joyce is going to retire. Joyce will have retired. She'll have a retirement bonus. We're going to travel in late September, early October, and our goal right now is we are really talking about it because we're supposed to go to Australia. Artie is expecting us to come to Australia, and but we are really debating on pushing Australia back a year because we really feel we missed out on the UK, and there are things I want to get done in the UK while I can, things I didn't get to. So one of the things we've talked about is we would go to, we're still going to go to York. Joyce wants to go back to York. That's another town Joyce loved. York, Cardiff, York, and Bamberg in Germany. But she wants to go back to the Jorvik Museum. She loved that in York. But we were talking about going back to the National Rail Museum and have another meet and greet there for anybody who could make it. But now we're thinking doing it at the, I think it was the Severn Valley Railway Museum. A lot more people said they could, it was easier to get to that one than York. But also, we're also going to be there around the time of Getz and the Warley show, so we can always meet up with people there. No, it's guaranteed it won't be Germany next year. Joyce, we're not Germany'd out, but Joyce is looking for change of pace. You know, we schedule our trips, and last year was supposed to be the UK. This year, Australia. Well, I'm sorry. This year was supposed to be Germany. Next year, Australia. I'll start over for a third time. This year was supposed to be UK. Next year, Australia, and then Germany in 2027 or 2028. And when we couldn't do the UK trip because the airfare was just so ridiculous in price. And it was double what it cost us to go to Germany. Same seats. I mean, what we would have had to pay to go to the UK, we could have flown first class to Germany. But the thing is, you know, we have talked about going to Australia now, and Artie is expecting us to come to Australia, but we're hemming and hawing about, because we don't want to dump one way and we don't want to dump the other, but we're really feeling like we want to get to the UK again. All right, Gary from Leicester, take care. It's lovely to have you there. So the thing is, however we do it, Germany's going to be a couple of years away again. And I don't like that. I mean, I would happily go to Germany every year, but I do want to go to the UK. Now, Joyce has also pointed out that because she's retired, as long as we budget things correctly, we could maybe travel twice a year. Instead of one 1 month trip, we do a couple of 2-week trips. So we could go to Australia for 2 weeks and then Germany for 2 weeks. Because Joyce wants to go to Germany for the Christmas. Joyce wants to see the Christmas markets in Germany. But we've also talked about trying to work it out that we can take our entire family over to Germany for a week. And just everybody. Because my 3 kids have been to Germany, but my son's wife has never been to Germany. And my daughter's husband has never been to Germany. Kyan would like to go to Germany. Go to Germany with a detour to England. Now, I really need the time in the UK. There are things I didn't get to on the trip last time, including a couple of things in the York region. I wanted to go to see the battlefield of Towton, the bloodiest battle on British soil, over Flodden, over Baden Hill, over a lot of famous battles. Towton was the bloodiest. More Englishmen died at the Battle of Towton than any other battle. More British, because I'm sure Scots and Irish were involved in the forces as well. But yeah, it was a horrifically bloody battle on a snowy Easter Sunday. Well, hello, Sir Josh of Cannon. Nice to see you here. Hope you're well. There they come. There's that Danish train again. Speaking of Danish trains. Whoops, wrong way, Anthony. This way. He's about to come into your view. There goes the other Danish train. So I know those are different eras. The loco does not go with the cars technically, but aesthetically, it's awesome. I think they look beautiful together. They really go well together. Hark! I hear a wifey. And she's even early or on time for a change. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Monsville, how are you? Somebody's complimenting your grouting. I told them you did some grouting in the bathroom, and so they're complimenting it. Yeah, you did about a third of it. What's that? You did about a third, maybe a quarter. You sped it up for me, and it was your first grouting, so I was impressed. You did a great job.
Well, okay then. So
Did I have to go back and fix anything?
Hi, Tom.
I had to fix more of mine. I had to fix more of my
Hi,
grouting
everybody.
than I
Let's
fixed
start
of yours.
there.
Let's go. Host
Hello there,
camera
Ray.
time.
Hi, Mara. Oh, yeah. The school year is always so busy.
She hasn't even had students yet, but yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, once again, we're back with Joyce Frazzled After Work look.
Okay, that's... Oh, that's good, Greg. I'm glad Heather enjoyed her first week. I mean, we haven't had kids. Well, we had open house yesterday, but where we had our parents come in with students.
Open house. They just need to stop doing open
Hi there,
house.
Chris. Hi,
Nobody
Andy.
comes to open house anymore.
Oh, we have a lot of people. Hi, Josh. Hi there, Mick.
Oh, I thought you said yesterday you didn't have a lot of people.
Hi, Tom. Just a lower number than normal for me. Well, a big hello to
Yeah.
you, Lord Al.
And considering
Hi there, KJ.
considering
Hi there, Mon.
that it's your biggest class
Hi there,
in years,
John.
that's a double whammy.
A bit, yeah, although it really isn't. Hi, Bob.
Did you see my last text to you?
Yeah, I think I did. Didn't I respond to it?
No, I think I sent one more after it. About I tested the water.
Yeah,
Oh, if you responded, I never.
I said okay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see your
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Whoops, I just turned off your
We
screen.
need to do a big test.
Okay. What's a big test?
Heavily run the water.
Run some water in the tub and then let it out, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let it run for a while, full blast, let it run.
Yeah. Anyway.
Full blast, let it
Yeah.
run, and then seal it up, and then when it gets
Oh,
kind
gotcha.
of full,
Yeah.
pop it again.
Oh, there's so much to do to get ready for them. Oh, hi there, Scott.
Oh, Kyan wants to say hi now.
Oh, Omasan.
All right.
Can I say hi now?
Plug your ears,
Okay.
everybody. It's that plug your ear time.
Yep.
All right. Whoops. Hang on. Now I got to turn the camera back the other way. All right. There we go. Kyan! Oprah loves you.
Oprah loves you.
Hey, Lindy and Chris. Love you guys. Kyan!
I don't know if I told you what he did last night.
Yeah, you did. About,
The poster?
oh, no, not about the poster.
When he came in, he wants up. And, oh, wow, you got a busy weekend, Josh. So anyway, I pick him up, and he's looking at the All About Me poster that I
Where's the
modeled
weekend
for
of
my
Baby?
students, and he goes, "Oh, Mom, that's me!" So I have a picture of him on there with my
Right.
grandson and me on the train at the zoo. That was so funny. It was perfect, truly.
Wow, that's way behind.
So I hope I didn't miss anybody with highs and so on.
Go over to just go over to live. Well, okay, you can do it that way too. Except now you've stopped. it.
Yeah. Well, no, I figure I'll get a commercial. I don't know why I
No,
stopped.
no. Just scroll over to live.
Oh.
Click on live, and it'll jump it ahead,
Okay.
and it'll keep playing.
I didn't think it
When
was
you
too
click
far
on
off.
it, when you click on it,
Well, I
it
don't know
stops
then.
it.
Okay, that's good, Andrew.
And Sir Charlie from Particle is here.
Hi there, Fresno J.
But
Hello, Chuck Schreiber.
now you saw the title, so you kind of get the theme, right?
Because it's only a northern song, so you must have northern trains.
Yep.
Yeah.
The new Danish guy.
Okay.
In fact, the
you
old
went-
Danish train is
You
going
went
behind you.
way north. I was thinking just northern Germany.
All right, we got the cars that Simon gave us,
Right.
and the Vectron I bought last year to go with him, even though it's the wrong. And then here's the new guy
Yeah.
with those newer blue cars.
Right.
They look good together.
They do look very good together. It's the same blue.
And then I've got Metronom, of course, Hamburg area,
Sure.
and then NordWestBahn, which is Bremen area.
Right.
And I was going to run another NordWestBahn, but I ran the Danish Beer cars.
So you have a heritage line there, I see.
Yeah. Well, as I described it earlier, I said a fake steam loco for a fake beer.
Yeah, there you go. Too bored.
Well, Tuborg and Carlsberg.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, still harassing John, huh?
Of course.
Midsummer, they're changing your hours at work. Oh, and they're in Brazil. Oh
Hey, well,
dear.
hi, Bob.
That'd be rough to be working Brazil
Yeah.
hours if you're in. I don't know where you are. Yeah, Simon, you're in UK. So.
Yeah, the best beer you can get in a
Ah.
restaurant that only serves one beer.
Oh, that's nice, Bob.
Yeah,
Musical train,
Monsville, if you like to see old trains brought back to life,
Oh yeah, Mon does a great job
And-
working on them.
creative layouts, because Monsville has 6 layouts, including the one I've been teasing about lately.
Okay.
It's on a pool table, and they call it the temporary table. But it's been there for a few years, so how
Right.
temporary is
How
it? But
temporary
it's
is
still,
it?
It-
Well, it's still temporary to her.
to them.
Gotcha. That's rough, Simon.
Oh, giving the middle finger in Brazilian.
Yeah. Okay.
You're okay.
Right.
In Brazil, you're okay. And then I ran a freight train that you could see anywhere. But
You're gonna get a job up in Winchester, Illinois. What you gonna do? Josh. Mon, not Mons. That's a little different, isn't it?
yeah, the Monsville is
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
possessive.
Yeah.
That's why I always joke. It's got to go Jamaican. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sure.
man.
How much of
Hey,
a
man, we
welcome
be
would I
jamming,
get if
man.
you came over to your neck of the woods? You would get a fantastic welcome. We may have to drive you out a little bit to show you interesting things, but
We don't have the deep history that
yeah,
England,
we don't have deep history, and
Scotland, Wales, Ireland,
you
and
know, we have a decent.
continental Europe have.
downtown
We don't have that deep history.
scape,
We
but
got some history. We got some cool things here.
yeah, we have a few cool things here, yeah. But anyway, we sure be happy to have you.
We even got a room. You wouldn't have
Yeah,
to pay
that's
anywhere.
right.
We got a free
Yeah, You
room.
can stay with us. Wait till summer. I could go with you everywhere. You could
There's
take them
that.
to Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah. We're
Yeah.
we're only 6 hours, 6.5 hours from Niagara Falls. We're 4.5 hours from Chicago.
Warm in the little, huh, Mom? Yeah, we still have really almost a month of summer weather here. Although it is supposed to be very cool next week, like open the entire house next week.
Oh, well, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not drinking pubs dry. Well, we don't tend to go to pubs.
We don't go to
although
pubs. Joyce and I,
We could find one for you if you were really wanted to see a American pub.
we drink more beer during the 3 to 4 weeks we're in Germany than we do the entire rest of the year combined.
That is absolutely true. Yeah, Mick's on
Although-
the beer. He is the bartender.
Although,
Yeah.
I think if this tub doesn't leak and we get the shower bar in,
Yeah.
there needs to be a celebration.
I agree.
So I think either a bottle of champagne or a certain bottle of Italian red wine.
Red wine? Oh,
Some heady red wine or champagne, because if this doesn't leak,
right. I have faith in you, you know.
oh, I worry.
I know.
My spirits were lifted a little when the little bit I did didn't leak, but
Yeah, I don't think so, Bob. I don't think you can count on that. Because it's just not a warm, it's not just El Nino. It's a lot warmer than it should be. And that could really throw things off. Great airplane cue.
dishwasher or stocking shelves, yep. I was a
Okay,
stock person
gotcha.
for a couple of years at a home
Right.
fashion store. We sold curtains
Mostly
and bath
curtains and towels
You know,
and things like
basically
that.
kind of like Bed Bath & Beyond, but smaller. It was called
Yeah.
the Homemaker Shop.
Yeah.
And I worked for them for 2 years. For 2 of the years I was in high school.
31 degrees in Nashville? Nashville? How is it 31 in Nashville? Are you talking Celsius?
Probably.
'Cause that's bloody hot if it's Celsius.
'Cause
It's
it's about
stinking
31
cold if it's
It's about
not. It's
31
the wrong
degrees
season.
here too. Yeah, well, Charlie's Canadian, so he uses.
Pick the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Wasn't El Nino killed by Four Finger Bob?
I don't know.
Four Finger Bill.
He's Bill, not Bob.
Every now and then I toy with bringing
Ah, gotcha.
doing the horrible, typical,
Your brothers will do that to you.
when you kill off a character and then decide you want to bring them back,
Yeah.
and they bring back like their twin brother that you didn't know existed.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I do regret killing off Three Finger Bill.
Right.
Okay, he started as Five Finger Bill, and then was Four Finger Bill, and then was Three Finger Bill briefly. He didn't get to redo his business cards as Three Finger Bill. He died very quickly after becoming Three Finger Bill. Why do they call you Five Finger Bill? Because I have 5 fingers on my shooting hand. How many fingers you got on your right hand? 5. Why do you ask? No reason. And they
1
just leave
hour
a
back.
wide.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not real, and they're all accurate to a degree. See, on the flip, just to play devil's advocate there, the problem is Celsius, when you say it's 31, well, that could roughly be 2 or 3 different degrees. Well, that's somewhere between 81 and 83 Fahrenheit.
Oh, 30's warmer than that.
Or 80,
yeah, I
83, 84
understand that.
Fahrenheit.
I am all for switching to the metric system, so no arguments there.
I need to get back to writing.
Oh yeah, 12-hour drive back to Toronto tomorrow.
They
Oh,
have been sitting unloved
Yuck,
for a
I
year.
don't
I've
like
got to
that.
finish Series 4. or Series
You
5, whatever,
really
Series 4.
Need to,
I need to get back to writing
see
that.
my characters
But now that
again.
this project's done, maybe I'll start having some free time and can feel good
Good
about
night,
things
Mara.
enough. Because the problem was, is
I know. What's the point? I know.
I was doing no, we're talking two different things.
Yeah, I know.
The it's been a year since I stopped writing
I know.
Series 4.
I know.
But the thing is, I was writing, I got into a little bit of a jam because I started to change plot a little. And I just need to work like 3 scenes out, and then I could skip ahead, get into France, and everything would be fine from there.
Right.
But in the middle of that, a lot of bad things happened, including Jake. And I just never found the spirit to write again. I have jokes in my head, and I will make random jokes about it. I'll do the voices, but like you say at times, I miss them. I need to get back to them.
That's right. You know what to do if you see El Nino, Bob.
Indeed, it's smarter just start at 0 and go up.
Yeah, agreed. And it would be so much easier to teach the one system as it is we have to teach both because they are exposed to both.
But technically, the Fahrenheit system technically started at 0. It was just they used different mediums for where to base it at.
You went from Nashville to Rosemary Beach, then on to Tampa, then back here to Nashville. Okay, you've been putting some miles in your car.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
That is quite a... I don't know, you could
and then we'll have to go back and change. And then we'll have
to
to go back and change names of books. So Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 would have to become Celsius 217.
Right.
And Ray Bradbury was a science man. Why didn't he use Celsius to start with?
You are not wrong, Clinton, though. There are a lot of dependencies on boiling water.
Actually, it's based on melting water. The 0 is set at
The water melts.
Salt water temperature.
I don't think it was salt.
Yeah, it's salt water.
Oh, okay.
Celsius is based on salt water. But it's a specific type of salt water.
Seriously, Charlie Parker Hill could stop on his way through. Pretty sure he'll go through Toledo to get up to Canada. Yeah, I know.
But, no, other than one early, we had one derailment early and one uncoupling early. Other than that, everybody's been running smoothly. This dude is just smooth as silk.
Yeah, he sure is.
Well, I don't know if you watched the full video, but did I tell you, he's heavy.
Yeah, I know.
He's like the second or third heaviest loco I have.
That's cool.
He's not that far off from that big yellow HW or HF Viba V320 I have, which is my heaviest loco. He's not that far off of it.
You don't run those guys very often, do you?
Not often, but he's run. There are certain trades I run less often, just because.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
But he just goes over here, and he you can see he has a little hesitation pulling these 6 cars up the incline, but it's a subtle hesitation. Then he levels out and he's smooth again.
And he, goes the rest of the way.
Which that's actually normal.
Yeah, sure.
It's like he does get that extra gear and kick it in.
It's like, oh.
The Star Knight loco?
Well.
Oh, the Starry Night. Yeah, the Night Jet. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't run the Night Jet in a while. It's probably coming up soon, but yes, I am still very giggly grateful that you connected me to that shop. Every now and then I check that shop to see if they have anything else, but yes, I am deeply grateful and deeply in love with that Night Jet locomotive. It is stunning, the Starry Night version. Speaking of Starry Night, the first car on this one is the Starry Night, and then it's Snowflakes, and then I put the fireworks on the end.
Snowflakes.
I decided the fireworks one on the end.
And fireworks.
when I ran it the first time, I had the fireworks after because that's what Märklin shows, the fireworks
Okay.
after the moon.
Gotcha.
But I decided it's Starry Night and then all the snow and then the fireworks partying for after the skiing. I
Makes
decided it
sense.
worked better that way.
Why not?
Aesthetically, it pleases me more.
That's good.
I shall run my train in the order I think it makes most sense aesthetically to me. Just like this guy, this little red Danish guy going around. I don't care if those cars are from the 80s and 90s and the locos from the 20-teens and 2020s.
I don't either.
They look awesome together.
They do look good together. Yep, Simon says rule 1. Do it on yours.
That's right, rule 1.
Andrew will be
We
in
all say it,
Glasgow.
but
oh, that's
the
cool.
vast majority of people
In September.
throw it out the window when you go against what they like.
Oh, those are a lot of islands. That
Yeah, mostly American
Yes.
places, though. Mostly
Yeah.
American-controlled places. But, you know, like, it's like going to Canada. I think the speed limits are in Imperial, you know, miles per hour. But other things are
Oh, in the UK.
in the UK.
Yeah, that was
the
that
UK
was
likes
very
to bounce a lot of
confusing.
systems around.
You sure are.
They do weights in Imperial.
I think you guys need to kind of pick one.
In the UK, it's like, yeah, that's about 4 foot 3
Go to
centimeters.
a new
What?
Bulgari station and after Chippy.
4 foot 3 centimeters. Okay then. Peter from Torton Road popped in and said hello. That was lovely.
That is nice. Yeah. America is backwards? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the one I kept trying to slow down. Yeah, he was on jet fuel. He just wanted to show off. I think that was my 012. My 012 and my 03 both were
I'm
running
sure,
well
Tom.
last week.
It's hard to change things, that's for sure.
What's that?
So the older people in the UK use Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I
that could
can
be.
usually convert fairly quickly from Imperial to metric because I've had, you know, I live in a country where we use Imperial, but I've had to teach metric for so long. Plus, when I get into my sciences,
Yeah,
It
fourth
tends to be
grade, fourth
metric.
grade science, I teach them the metric system.
Joyce tries to teach the metric system.
I try, yeah. But, you know,
Some things are easier to change than others.
they work on system of tens.
Yeah, oh, I agree.
So much easier.
It's easier once you get to it. It's getting to it and adjusting
Ben
to
to
it.
John
that a lot of people are.
O'Gratz.
All right, KJ. Good night.
All right, bye, KJ. Andrew asked if we'd been to John O'Gratz when we
Where is
maybe
John
were in,
O'Gratz?
I assume in Scotland when we were in Edinburgh.
We were in Edinburgh, and no, we didn't make it to
We
John
did
O'Gratz.
not find a John O'Gratz. Or if we,
We
did,
got denied. We got
or
denied
if we
entrance
did-
into all kinds.
it was hard to find some place to eat there.
Almost every restaurant in Edinburgh said, "Did you call and make a reservation
Right?
first?"
But they
No.
seem to also be very
We
small
ate at a
restaurants.
TGI Fridays in Edinburgh.
Oh,
Now the food was
twice.
decent,
Yeah.
but we were embarrassed for ourselves
Yeah, we
because
were.
we're Americans. TGI Friday, we can go and eat at TGI Fridays any day of the week here.
I think it's
We don't
close,
like to
but-
eat at American chains.
Right.
We don't like to eat at any technical chain except Beaches.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't take that too seriously either.
Yeah, cardboard pizzas.
Yeah.
But man, they're made with heroin. Cardboard pizzas lined with heroin.
Well,
Once
in
you
a lot
have
of ways,
one,
it's
you'll always
easier to
want another
measure
one.
too.
You eat it, you go, okay, that filled the stomach. It wasn't the best
Ah,
pizza.
good for you, Ray.
What's that?
You got a package. He's got some Märklin HO trains.
Ooh, good for you.
Remind
now,
me
see, you
to
should make a video and
teach-
share.
To say John O'Gratz. So it's just the way we say it, maybe. Like we're making an American and not a good.
We were
Scottish
in
word.
Edinburgh for 4 days, and we loved the town, loved the view we had because as soon as you walked out of our apartment, we were
Oh, now you tell us.
down the street. Okay, you know there's the big statue of Robert Burns. And you have, what is it, the Prince Regent Street or Princess Street goes right in front of them that way. The statue's here. But the street that leads straight up to that statue, if you went there and if you went down that street and took the second left, right around that corner is where Joyce and I stayed in Edinburgh. It was a great location. Easy to walk to the old town. And when you walked out the street, you immediately see Edinburgh Castle on the hill.
Gotcha.
Beautiful scene, the beautiful park right in front of it. It was a beautiful place to be. It's just, we tried so many restaurants. We kept trying to get into restaurants. And they
Good
said,
for
oh,
you,
you had
Ray.
to call.
Yeah, they said they weren't very big restaurants. I mean, we finally settled in an Italian restaurant one night.
Yeah, we finally made it into
You
an
know,
Italian
they
restaurant.
had
And then
room
we
for us.
ate at sort of a large Irish pub.
Yeah.
Because that's where I tried a Carlsberg and then went, "Ugh," and had to get a Carling to rinse the mouth out.
Oh, wow, Scott, that's rough. The Balmoral Hotel. Okay.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Guess we will. I don't know, if we get back.
Oh,
Armchair railroaders.
eh.
You
I've
know
got
Tony
armchairs on my
Manconi?
railroad.
And
You know
Con.
Tony
Mancori?
Montgomery?
Manconi?
I don't know him. In fact, I don't know of him. Never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I'm probably going to feel like a doof if I...
Train called the General Steam Locomotive and O Gauge, and rename the General to your cat. Okay, you can
The
name
General
your
Steam Locomotive
you
and
can name your
okay.
locomotive after your cat.
You can do with it what you want. Yeah, give it any name you want.
I say once you really learn the metric system, it's so much more intuitive.
I'm renaming the Flying Scotsman the Dangling Participle.
There you go. Yeah, it happens, man. We don't know why either. We know it happens.
YouTube's going through some big changes, and they're changing a lot of the
Hey, you didn't
rules
finish.
about monetizing.
You didn't
and
finish that. What is the difference with the monetizing? Hi, Bohemia.
They've changed the amount of watch hours you have to have yearly.
So more, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're tired of paying you, huh?
So my question is, the people who are monetized, are they going to still be monetized, or are they going to be demonetized? Because I hope you no longer reach this level.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was that once you got monetized, it didn't really matter.
Right.
Speaking of which, I got paid today.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see how much I got paid, but
Okay. You got an email or something, huh?
I got my tiny little.
Dog Day.
Oh,
You
welcome,
and-
Dog Day.
And wow. You got a wow.
Wow, I got a wow. Well, the Flying Scotsman worked a lot better than its long forgotten brother locomotive, the Drunken Scotsman. That one kept falling off the tracks.
Oh, Simon says if you're already monetized, it doesn't affect you.
Right. But if you're trying to get monetized. So I would assume they grandfathered people in.
Thank you, Dog Day. Admire your trains.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I am fortunate to I run European trains. Today I'm running a couple of Danish trains and a couple of North German trains,
It's lucky to have a permissive
German
wife.
freight train, and then a silly little train with Danish beer cars because I just got a new Danish locomotive and I wanted to celebrate having it.
Okay.
All right, well, Dog Day, I now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid table. Well, you are now a knight of the Rhomboid
You
table.
have a trains, okay.
So you can.
Anthony's done some trains. All right, that was what you got. So,
Oh, okay. About normal.
yeah, not bad. Not
I wonder how
bad.
much I'd make if I actually maximized all the ads and that, but
Well, yeah.
I'm not doing
But
that.
that's not your.
I don't want anybody to ever.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
every now
don't
and then a
think
couple
we'll-
of people complain.
I think
Anthony,
Germany's
I
on
got
the-
ads on your live stream. It's like, guys, I've got
Am I way off?
I've got the level set to the minimum. I want to know how Dave from Scotrail does the no ads. He does a video where he says this is a no ads video because they throw ads on
Okay, James asked.
whether you want to or not.
He asked Andrew why the Flying Scotsman is one of the greatest locos. Just really doesn't know why people say that. Oh, hi, Andrew, March West.
Who's that?
March West. Said hi.
Ah, Andy
It's
Marchwest.
Andrew.
Okay.
I called him Andrew, but
He
yeah.
was here earlier. But
Gotcha. Well, I guess noticed I was here or something.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that's, for me, it's bruises more than blood. It's like, oh, when I get that bruise.
indeed.
First stream trained to do 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, it was the first
Ah.
team trained to do 100. although
Notice
there
you
are,
said 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Not 60.
There is debate whether the city of Truro actually did it first.
Yeah.
But Flying Scotsman is the one that is officially the one that
Yeah.
did it. And then there's the Mallard, which set the speed record for a steam locomotive.
Mhm.
And I have one of each. I have one Flying Scotsman and one Mallard.
That's right. Okay.
I also
Oh,
have
fancy.
one of each train, too.
Yes, you do.
But bumps.
Flying Scotsman toured the
Going
USA
downhill.
and Australia. How did they get
Yeah,
here?
the Flying Scotsman did tour the U.S.
I heard that too.
and Australia. Yep. The Mallard never has toured. The Mallard, I don't think they can even officially repair again. I think there are too many things inside of it that are so
Oh.
gone they'd have to completely rebuild.
It was going downhill.
And it
Oh,
was
well.
pushed. And it was pushed.
But it made it.
They had 10 big Highlanders in the back.
It'd be a whole different thing if it went 100 kilometers per second.
And there's even suggestions it was doping.
Oh, that's great, Gray. Take a video of them.
Yeah, see, I want to know what you got.
Yeah, we'd love to see them.
Yes, I've seen the Mallard. I have
Yeah, we
stood
have.
at the Mallard.
That
I have
is
reached my
right.
hand inside the Mallard. I have had my hand smacked for reaching inside the Mallard.
I didn't do that, did
I've
I?
even goosed the Mallard.
Oh, good heavens.
There's a joke there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm laughing
Yeah.
on the inside. Come on, Joyce. I'm laughing in here.
Right.
Come on, that's your line.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's funnier when I do it. The Timu Flying Scotsman is the sitting Englishman.
The cheap version.
Ah, that's cool, Mom.
No, I think the Timu version would be the drunk Scotsman, but that's a different story.
Wasn't the dry D in Green Bay a Mallard type?
Yeah, it was cool seeing the Mallard because the Mallard was always.
I don't think he knows.
The Mallard was the one loco that even before I was into trains, I had seen pictures of the Mallard and thought that is the coolest looking loco I've ever seen. I've just always liked the Mallard for whatever reason. Didn't care about the speed record.
No.
Didn't care about anything else.
That's a
I just
good
saw the
reason to
Mallard
take a
and
break.
thought, wow,
Fresno?
that's a cool looking locomotive. So
All
it was
right,
gonna,
Bob, thanks for coming in.
yeah, peace out, Bob. Tree planting break. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have to interrupt this stream and go plant a tree. I've got to finish
Oh,
a.
he laughed.
I've got to finish testing. No, I've got to finish it because I got to hang a shower bar. We got to decide what we're going to do for dinner, and I got to hang a shower bar.
Okay. Yeah, we
And then
did.
we got to decide what drinks we want in the shower bar.
Yeah, we stayed in York for a few days.
Yep, we were in York,
We enjoyed York quite a bit.
but could not find one York peppermint peppermint
No,
patty in York.
I don't know if we tried,
Panty,
but
peppermint panty.
panty. Oh, you're thinking.
Freudian slip.
Yeah. Well, Scotsman's all over. Dwight
Johann
D. Eisenhower is
Sebastian
an A4.
Gambleputty.
What's a mallard? What's a mallard?
Mallard is an A4. Mallard's an A4.
You'd vote for the red wine. It's a very strong red wine.
It's a very strong red wine, a very pleasant, lovely red wine.
Yeah.
We drank, the two of us split a bottle and finished a bottle in Ebersbach. And
Bit of trouble walking back.
just a little.
Wasn't too bad.
We were feeling very free spirited walking back.
This
Let's
is
just say
true.
that.
I was trying an
tipsy.
awful lot of my German.
And it wasn't like we
What
had
I have.
slurred speech or anything, but we were
No.
definitely
Silly.
feeling
We were
feeling silly.
We were silly. Oh, Mon knows.
Scotsman was an A1, now it's an
So
A3.
A1. Okay, so it's not an A4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody asked.
I thought,
Yeah, what is
Mallard
Mallard?
was
Yeah,
a-
Mallard's an A4.
Mallard's an A4,
Yeah, Mallard's
Yeah.
an A4.
not the Flying Scotsman. That's
I
nice,
thought,
Josh.
I thought A1 was a steak sauce.
Right. Still don't know. Ah,
Australian Cabernet Sauvignon right now. Well, good for you.
okay. I didn't know Australia.
Australia
wine.
has their own wine production.
I'm
They
not
make pretty
surprised.
good
I just
stuff.
didn't know.
They started making a big deal a few years ago when the Kroger started carrying Australian wines. They were making a big deal about it. Now, finally, we carry Australian wines. You've been asking. Because apparently Australians make really good wine. I don't recall having an Australian wine down there. I don't recall having wine in Australia. Had a few Australian beers.
Yeah,
Did not refuse to have, in fact, a Foster's. Because
Uh-huh.
I know too many Aussies that say Foster's is the crap they give to the tourists.
Right.
But I
Yeah, they did.
had, what was it, Victorian Blue? That was good. I had another one that was really good. I had a couple that weren't great.
There you go, Andy.
But yeah, I sample the beers. And that's why I drink so much. I shouldn't say so much. I still only have one beer a day. I never have 2 beers.
Well, let me ask, can you slow the beer train and zoom in to show the cars?
Can I slow it down? Yes. Can I zoom in? No.
Not without the shaky cam.
I can stop it in front of one cam where you might see it better.
That's a good one. All right. I'm going to take a quick break.
You can't take a break.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you are scheduled till 6 o'clock. You cannot leave your shift. Huh. I tell you, some people, 1 hour's work and they're just, I need a break. So now, which camera am I looking for? I'm looking for this cam. Now stepping in the way, just so you can see the top of the Metronome. So hello, Sir Bohemian. That's about the best I can do. Because yeah, this little guy, he flies. Even when I put him on low speed, he goes pretty fast. New Zealand makes awesome wine. We'll have to try it. Someday, I assume we'll get to New Zealand. It's sort of a goal. We might do it as part of the Australian trip. Gonna catch 4 trains next to each other here. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, the beer train showed up just a little too late to make it a 5 train crossing. Now he's going too slow. Chuggy, 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 chuggy. Yeah, that's a KLVM. Kangaroo infused beer has extra hops. But boom. Wine and mimosas. Don't do. The only liquor I drink. The only liquor I drink is a very specific. I drink peach brandy from Stefan's Wine Paradise from the city of St. Goar on the Rhine River in Germany. I normally do not drink anything like that. I don't drink whiskey. I don't drink scotch. I don't drink gin. I don't drink tequila, any of that stuff, vodka. I don't drink cocktails, mixed drinks. I drink very little alcohol most of the time. Usually it's a beer or a wine, but the only time it's not beer or wine is when it's this very particular brandy from this very particular wine shop, because it is amazing. Now, having said that, there is another liquor that I do enjoy. It is a Yugoslavian liquor, and I really got to use the term Yugoslavian because the Serbs, the Croats, they all claim it's theirs. They all claim it's theirs. It was called Julishka. And Joyce and I would get Julishka from this one restaurant in Delmenhorst.
Homemade brew.
And it was their homemade brew.
Wow,
and it was
it
good.
good.
We loved it so much, we finally went out and bought a bottle of it at a liquor shop.
It's
and
nice.
that Julishka was awful.
Not as good, yeah.
Not as good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Kangaroo infused beer has more hops. Okay.
But I'm bummed.
Yeah.
I like Pilsner. I like Pilsners. I like Hefeweizen beers. I'm not a fan of IPAs. I'm okay with some lagers, but a lot of, I know some friends in the UK that they don't like German beers. They consider them too bubbly, and the beers they like, I don't like. While I was in the UK, I had some good beers from the UK, and then I had some not very good beers. But also in the UK, I had a bad beer from Denmark too.
Yeah. It's so bad, I made him get a different beer.
Yep. Sean's never forgiven us
Which sounds so weird.
But
But it's like, oh, it's awful. You gotta get something else just to clear your palate. Hey y'all, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. We love y'all so much. Okay.
And the worst thing in the world, is ever since I've been going to Germany, most American beers just don't. I know there's some pro-American people like, oh, America's the best. It's like, I'm sorry. French fries, ice cream, and beer are better in Germany.
Oh.
And I've had
Hi, Russ.
students yell at me about the ice cream and French fries. How can ice cream or French fries be better in another country? Wait till you go. And then they you keep saying it's so better. You keep saying it's so better. And then they get their first set of French fries in Germany, or their first ice cream in Germany. Like, oh my God,
yeah,
Mr.
but the
Dodge.
ice cream's Italian.
Yeah, because technically it's Italian ice cream.
Yeah, it's very
Gelato.
good.
Oh.
It's very, very good.
Don't know why the Italians are good at ice cream, but in
Hornby?
Germany it's Italian ice, right? Currently drinking a Tomo Watkins IPA from Swansea. See, I will always do that. I will say I don't
Take care of yourself.
All right, Josh, good luck with the jobs too. Have a
Yeah.
great weekend with the wedding and the party, birthday
Yep.
party. But see, that will happen. I will say I'm not into IPA, and somebody will say, I'm drinking an IPA
That's
right
right.
now. I'll
Yeah,
say
always.
I don't like Guinness. I like dark beers, but I don't like Guinness.
Oh, depends. What are you eating, Clintonville? And we don't love everything, but we usually can find stuff we
Well,
can eat.
when you're in America and buy German versions or American versions, it's not the same. No, I love. I mean, I don't really say I love ethnic food. I love a lot of Italian food. There's a lot of Italian food I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like Mexican food, but I will eat a watered down taco or burrito or something like that where it's very, it doesn't have
Not
all
very
the heavy
spicy.
chili or spicy in it.
Mhm.
I don't like spicy foods. I don't like, but in Germany, I can't say I like German cuisine, but if you think about some of the biggest, like the various sausages in German, I love them. I've never had a bratwurst in Germany I didn't like, or any other type of sausage. A Blutwurst, Brotwurst, Kaiserwurst, Thüringerwurst, which is the official bratwurst, Berliner Wurst, the Frankfurter Würstels. In the late 18th century, there were more gin shops in London than there were pubs in the UK at the end of the 20th century. That's an amazing transformation, isn't it?
Best Fish and Chips is a pub near Cardiff.
Yeah, I had fish and chips in Cardiff. Pretty good. Fish and chips in London, pretty good.
Yeah, we had a
And
few times
then
in
I had
Cardiff.
a third set. Was it in Bangor or was it back in London? It might have been back in London
I
again.
thought it was
That
by
wasn't
one
as
of
good.
the castles in.
London.
No.
We stopped at a fish and chip shop just, near the Tower of London, and that was the
Okay.
one you really didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Because we had a fish and chip shop in Cardiff, and it was
Alright.
okay.
Yeah.
But the
I thought we had one outside of one of the castles we visited.
Tower of London is a castle.
Yeah, but I don't think it was Tower London. And we probably
Well,
did
I
Tower
had
London
fish and
too.
chips one more time than you. You only had it twice because after the next time you weren't going to do
Yeah,
it, and
well,
we
I
finally
just
did it
kept
one more
finding
time.
them too
I did
greasy.
one more time where I had it. And True Red.
Lou Mahadi's? Oh no. Hey Anthony.
Which Anthony?
Borden.
Oh, Sir Anthony Borden is here. Cool. Ah, there it is. Now I see it. You want to talk about brutal beer? There's a town in Germany called Goslar. And in the 11th and into the 12th century, Goslar was one of the richest cities in Germany, the Holy Roman Empire, and it was one of the 5 capitals cities, one of the imperial cities. And an entire dynasty of emperors of the Holy
Masala
Roman
was
Empire,
invented
the
in Scotland?
Salian dynasty, lived in Goslar and stayed in Goslar when they could. And Goslar was a very rich and powerful
Hey,
town
3 spikes.
into the 1400s. But then, people coming to Goslar would buy beer and die. Because they used the water from the Goza River, which is where Goslar gets its name. It's related to the word geyser, the Goza. And the water had been polluted by the off products of the mining in the hills that made Goslar rich. So they would take this beer and brew it, and it was killing people. And then people drinking water started getting sick. And so the town, beyond all the plagues and everything else that happened, it became a ghost town. And it stayed that way for about 300 years. It's one of the cities that is the reason you had the 1530s purity laws, beer purity laws
Right.
got passed in
Yeah.
Germany that are still used today. And so Goslar stayed kind of a forgotten town and then the famous German writer, and it's hard to call him a philosopher, but he was a writer and a thinker. Goethe visited Goslar in like 1804, and
sad, Ross.
he was disgusted by the city of
Oh, I
Goslar.
guess.
He wrote this horrible big essay about how terrible that Goslar had become such a dive of a city, and that sheep were now roaming the halls where kings and
Yeah.
emperors of Germany roamed.
Beautiful hall.
And he tore Goslar a hole. It was just a horrible essay tearing the town apart. But it had a rejuvenating effect. People began going to Goslar, and wealthy people began going to Goslar because Goethe had been there, and they began buying things and restoring them. And finally, the Hohenzollern family that conquered all of Germany and made the modern Germany, the Hohenzollerns, more famous as the three emperors from Prussia that became the three emperors of Germany before World War I. And they bought it up and restored the palace. And then they used it as a propaganda machine.
East Palestine is south of Youngstown.
Yeah. East Palestine is
16?
east of
It's quite a bit east of us. It's closer to
the other side of the state.
closer to Philadelphia, to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's near the border.
Than
We've
us.
been through East Palestine a couple of times.
Yeah, I think going down to West Virginia.
Yeah, we've been through, and I've been through it a couple of times. But yeah, that's on the other side of the state. It's near Steubenville. It's near Steubenville, which is
Okay.
famous because Dean Martin was born there.
Gotcha. Your wife's mother was in Moonshot? Germany.
Lundshut. Yeah.
I had a parent talk about Germany to me. She said I should go visit. Where did she say?
You were there last year for a family
East.
union. Heather says hi. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
So,
Yeah. Nice to see you, Greg.
the problem with pizza crust is most fast delivery places don't
That's
finish
good.
cooking it. When we order pizza, delivery pizza, Joyce turns the oven on.
Yeah.
So that by the time it gets delivered, the oven's warmed up, and she cooks it for another 5 minutes, and it makes the crust
throw
great.
it on my pizza stone and make it
But the other
Make
problem
her-
with pizza crust,
stiffer.
yeah, the other problem with pizza crust is everybody has their preferences. Like Joyce likes her pizza crust thin and crunchy. I like mine, it can be thick or thin,
We
but I
have
want there to still be a
tried
little
that,
chew
and they
to
still
it.
don't do it right. We just gave up and just cook it ourselves.
Oh, the
Family's
problem
touch.
is if you order it well done, then your crust
Burnt.
is charcoal.
I don't know. We've asked for it to be in longer, and it still comes out not good enough.
Yeah.
So.
They've got a
Yeah,
time,
just
you
leave
know,
it and-
the corporate execs tell you, you know, they have it all planned out.
yeah.
Throw this pizza in, the machine is timed at 5 minutes and 17 seconds to cook the pizza, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know,
That makes sense. Getting all this end scale stuff in München.
in München, yeah.
Call it burnt. Yeah. So now we just cook it a little bit longer, and it comes out fine.
But I'm not a pizza. I love pizza, but I'm not a pizza aficionado. For example, when you grow up on American pizza and then you go and get real pizza in Europe, Italy, or Italian restaurants, it's very different. And most
Deep
Restaurants?
fried. Wow.
restaurants in Italian restaurants in Germany, they eat their pizza with forks and knives,
Yeah, and it's thin crust too.
and it's thin crust.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has just a fold over on the
1988
edge, just a
Western
little
Germany.
fold over on the
Yeah.
edge, and then it's thin
That's some
crust.
history.
and then it's not a lot of sauce and not a lot of cheese. But I love it. I love true Italian pizza, but I like American pizza.
Yeah, we heard it was the thing, the deep fried Mars bars. I don't think we ever saw anybody
Oh, there's Sir Artie.
where we could buy it from. Hi, Artie.
Good early morning to you.
Tandoori pizza bagel. Okay.
Oh, wow. Talk about crossing.
I had I had a pizza on pita chips, and to start it was good, and then by the time I got halfway through it, it was not good any longer. Oh,
Well, I like Chicago
I don't
deep
think you're
dish.
boring
I
us.
like Chicago deep
Free
dish. I
spice?
like
Don't
just
worry
standard
about it.
pizza. I like a decent sized crust.
Right?
There are Greek pizza, Jim's Greek pizza.
Mm,
That was thin crust, and that was my favorite. It was thin and chewy crust. You did not get a crunchy crust. But Joyce likes her crust to have a little
oh,
crunch.
no worries,
Not
Artie.
hard
We're
crunch,
awfully
but just a
early
little
for
bit.
you. Yeah, I like it crunchy.
Joyce likes it to have a crunch. I like it to be...
Chewy.
Joyce and I do not like crust the same way.
I think they got that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, could you hand me those?
Please?
Yeah. Hey, Lynn, if you're still watching in the background, Kyan left his little keys here.
Okay.
Kyan left his keys here, so he can pick them up on Sunday, but if he was missing them, he leaves a lot of things here.
He does leave a lot of things here. He wants to show you.
Yes, he wants to show me, and then...
He's got 2 keys and a hot air balloon. That's cute.
But even the hot air balloon, he called a key.
Yeah, all right. I can see that.
So go figure.
Yeah.
So speaking of dinner, what are we doing for dinner? Are we having
I
pizza?
don't know. Somebody mentioned Arby's.
Oh, Arby's sounds good. I suppose we can run out and get Arby's.
Yeah, but cash. We could.
What? Well,
Yeah,
I
cash.
rated our cash.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see what I have.
I took 20 from you and 20 from me.
Gotcha.
You know why.
I do. Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that dude
Okay.
was so... Nate was so awesome today. I need to go to their Google page.
When he
and-
said I believe it, he's not mentioned or possibly realized that he left it. Yeah, I think you got another case.
Yeah,
We're gonna call it.
Luz ships it, and so does Giordano's.
Yeah, we've had deep dish Chicago.
I've
I
had-
think you got to get used to that. You know, it was.
We've eaten at Luz in
we've
Chicago.
done
We've eaten
enough
at
to-
Luz, Pizza Uno,
it's been
Giordano's,
enough
and one
that
other
we
one.
Can, that we like it a lot now.
We've had 4 different.
First time it was shocking.
We've had 4 different deep dish pizzas.
Oh, you guys have been hot.
And the funny thing is, the first time we had
I
deep
would
dish
call
pizza,
it a favorite, Andy, but
we
it's
didn't like it.
not
And then
that
the
far,
next year,
and
it
it's
was
a
like,
choice.
oh no, this is amazing.
But yeah, I think it's your fault.
Randall.
Hey there, Randall, and you're
No,
hot.
Arby's is a nice
Say, we're gonna cool down.
occasional change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice occasional
'cause it's
change
roast
of pace
beef instead
when we
of
want to get just a fast meal.
ground
Because
beef.
I literally have to go test a shower and install a shower rod so
Right.
that Joyce can bathe or shower in
Oh, just me?
our bathroom. Well, us, yeah.
Huh.
But I didn't know if you were looking to test it tonight.
Usually wasn't. I gotta clean it.
Okay. Because I do want to take final
You
pictures.
ate 3 pieces of Chicago deep dish pizza? Wow.
Oh, I think I did that once. After that, it was like, I'll have 2 pieces, please.
Oh, at the most, yeah.
I
It's-
love it,
it's
but
so,
man,
it's
that's
so thick and
that's
it's
heart
not good.
attack in an oven.
Yeah. It is thick, thick, thick.
The only pizza I don't, just because I get so tired of their ego. New York style pizza, New York style
Well,
pizza.
yeah, everybody is.
Everybody
and now
has
there's
their
Detroit
style.
style.
Now there's
pizza
Detroit
and all those
style.
type of things. And you have a couple of
Toledo
McDonald's
doesn't have
in the
any
Twin
style.
Cities.
Our
That's
style
cool.
is Marco's Pizza.
Yeah, Marcos.
Didn't Marco start in Toledo?
I thought Marco started in Detroit
Oh, okay.
and came down. He's in Goslar, Germany, known for deer meat, goulash, and German crispy pork knuckles.
Did you just look that up? Maybe it is. When I'm in Goslar, Goslar was most famous for its beer, that then started killing people in the 1400s.
Babysitter.
And then the other thing Goslar is famous for is Butterhana.
Yeah.
And Butterhana is the symbol of Goslar, and it's a woman, it's a peasant woman at a butter churn. Except Butterhana has one hand on the butter churn, and on her other hand, she has lifted up her skirt to display a naked butt, and she's got her hand on her butt crack. And Goslar was famous for its cheese. Now, many of you have probably heard of the famous stinky cheese Limburger. Apparently, Goslar's was just as bad. Now, there's a rhyme, and it rhymes in German, but you can actually make it rhyme in English. But it goes, with one hand on her butter churn and one hand on her ass. That's why Goslar cheese smells like rotting gas. One hand on the butter churn and one hand on her ass. That's why Goslar cheese smells like rotting gas.
Saltwater beer? What would be the point of that?
Your beer wasn't salty enough otherwise?
Yeah.
Because that's like Pabst American beer. I could never get into Pabst because it was too salty.
Yeah.
It was always too salty.
Salty beer too, and it's not good.
There's nothing wrong if you like pineapple on your pizza, have it. But I will not eat. I don't like pineapple.
Just don't ask us to
pineapple.
share.
Just don't offer me. If I'm coming over and you're having pizza, just make sure part of the pizza doesn't have
I think
pineapple.
the problem with it really is the pineapple with tomato sauce. Just sounds like a bad combination.
But that's what Goslar
like
was famous
pineapple,
for. Any cuisine, the thing is in Germany, pretty much any big town
fried rice
has a certain variation of bratwurst and beer that they're known for. Every town in Germany, and then, potatoes feature prominently in German cuisine as well. And then there's the famous Spätzle, which is actually a German pasta. Except instead of making it firmer like spaghetti, they leave it very kind of gelatinous, gooey, and they just drop, instead of running the dough through a grinder, they just put it like in a colander and just let it drop into the oil or water to boil, and then you could have Spätzle by itself, or Butcher Spätzle, or Spätzle-Käse, which is with cheese melted on it, which is really good.
You can say that, but I don't think they go together. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock.
It is 6 o'clock. But both pineapple and tomato are fruit. Yeah, so?
So they don't go together. Huh?
They don't go together.
Yes.
Well,
we
don't like them together, but, people can eat what they want to eat.
Oh, of course.
Except other people.
Canadian bacon and pineapple. Okay. Canadian bacon's just ham.
Just ham. And I don't like ham. Other than German sausages and American breakfast sausage, I don't eat pork. I eat a lot of pork because I eat a lot of sausages, but...
Yeah, well, as we say, to each his own.
Yep. Everybody's got
have your
their
pizza
thing.
any way you want.
It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me to have you eat what you want to eat. And, I'm not a vegetarian, but we had German guests at our house, the teachers from the exchange program, and I was going to make my family beloved lasagna. And, but the wife was a vegetarian, a health food addict and a vegetarian. And so I looked up and they said, well, if you have vegetarians who want lasagna, use zucchini. So I went out, Joyce got me zucchini, I chopped it up, made my lasagna the same way. I made one lasagna with meat, one lasagna with zucchini, and Johanna was impressed. She really loved it. So I can cook meals that I won't even eat myself.
This is true. Yeah. We'll see.
Frikadellen, frikadellen with a K, frikadellen.
Not that much on our...
Bockwurst. Bockwurst, B-O-C-K, Bockwurst. I love it, love it. Bockwurst is good, Blutwurst is good, Sommerwurst,
I agree.
Rotwurst. I mean,
why
they're
it's
pretty much
fun.
all good. But yeah, I eat more pork in Germany over that 4-week span than I do once I, because even
Tired
most
here,
schnitzels
yeah.
and most schnitzel in Germany aren't beef; they're pork, which is a shame. Okay, so
Hey,
anyhow,
you have cake for breakfast anywhere.
oh, cake for breakfast is not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Yeah, a
Cake
little
even
sweet.
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, well, so anyhow, we have once again come to the end of another live
That is
stream.
Okay.
So we want to thank you all once again that come
Mm-hmm.
and express our gratitude. Thank you for those of you who commented on either on Facebook or in the chat today when I was showing you the pictures, the before. Here's what it looked like before I started rebuilding it, or we started rebuilding it, and here's what it looks like after we have finished rebuilding it. Other than I've got to put in the shower bar and make sure it doesn't leak.
Right.
So, anyhow, thanks to all of you. You guys don't know how much it means to us that so many of you have been here. Sidetrack Sunday is celebrating its 300th show, weekend show.
Cool.
Not bad for beginners. It's when you get up to 333 like me.
Not that far.
okay.
Yeah.
Plus, they rotate 4 to 5 guys, and it's just me and you.
Yeah, for my hour. So.
You.
So anyway, this is a tired face. Next week I'll have my stressed and tired face for the rest of the year.
Yeah, yeah. So this is her tired face, and
Yeah.
then next week begins the stressed and tired face. Her Friday face, as I call it.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for joining us. You really are special.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, and it always sounds so.
Oh,
We appreciate you, but
we
we
do.
really do.
yeah.
So, until next time, we're gonna
Bye.
say Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains. Take care,
Bye.
everybody.